Hi, everyone. Welcome and thank you for returning to session 2 of the Arcane Architects. We hope you watched our first session and enjoyed yourself, so welcome back. If you do like us, please on our YouTube channel, like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at arcane_architects and also on Facebook and TikTok. And now I'm going to pass it on over to our Dungeon Master, Mac.
Hello, and again, welcome and thank you for tuning in to our second episode of Arcane Architects. If you happen to be new here, please feel free to go back and watch episode 1 to catch up with what the story so far is. And for the rest of you, hope you enjoy. So, yeah, I guess let's play some D&D.
Woo! I love those words. Sweetest words I've ever heard. I'm walking.
You should be posing, right? Yeah.
This is when I'm climbing up a mountain.
Gonna walk.
Grab my last, that last pull up on a mountain. I'm just like,
So epic.
Awesome.
Ray's just been standing at the top waiting.
All right.
How dare you.
Let's do this instead.
That's our battle dance before,
Turn the music up. Who cares?
how dare
before
you.
Jax and I start fighting. Get pumped.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So, last time on Arcane Architects, we met up with our unlikely heroes in the town of Riverton at the Wander Inn. Jax, our player Nick, received an early morning letter from his mysterious contact from the city, F. The letter tipped them off about a ruin a few days' journey from town, near the Western Rise. It spoke of a highly valued stone that was rumored to be buried in the darkest depths of these ruins. They spoke with a band of adventurers, the Scarlet Pinion, who had already explored some of these ruins and gave the party a couple of tips on how to proceed. In the pursuit of knowledge and any way to help the citizens of the surrounding area, Jax, Lennox, and Frey geared up and headed out. Accompanied by their 3 familiars, Chho, Dare, and Lola, they ventured through the wilderness of the Rend. Lennox began mapping out the journey to the ruins as they went, while her Blackbird Chho avoided the party completely and soared very far in advance. As you trekked through the woods, you were being stalked by a many-tentacled displacer beast, and at a vulnerable moment it attacked. But you succeeded in defending yourselves, forcing the beast to flee into the trees. After the encounter, you eventually found your way to what you believe was the cave the Scarlet Pinion described, and that should lead you to the interior of the ruins. You traveled through the tunnels and rooms of ancient worked stone, long worn down by the passage of time. You passed through a hall, walls covered in vines draping down from the collapsed ceiling. Behind these vines, you saw carved faces and reliefs, much too old and weathered to truly discern who or what cultures created these works. But past this area, down more tunnels, you eventually arrive at a large, dark, cavernous chamber, and you spied a tent in the darkness not too far from you. Jax and Lennox went over to inspect the tent, and while Frey lurked a short distance away in the shadows, suddenly, clattering noises echoed through the chamber as a pile of bones in front of Jax began to move and rise from the earth, assembling into a massive form. This is where you find yourself. And unfortunately, fortunately for me, it's almost going to be time to roll your first real initiatives.
yeah, bring it, son.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Let me set up the map for you guys.
All I want to know is, can I see where Chho is? Because that will inspire me to fight
Yeah, it's
a little
really
bit.
important that we know
just say it.
strategically.
Roll a
Strategically, it's-
perception check.
I was just kidding. I don't care where Chho
Too
is.
late.
He's
Crow's
probably
dead,
doing his thing.
Guys,
What?
He's doing his thing.
What do you mean?
Crow's dead.
Crow
He's
is
gone. I didn't want to tell you.
No.
That's not
Um,
true. Chho can never die. That's the one thing
Okay.
he is immortal.
Oh, that's the
Nothing
one
else.
thing.
Let's see. now.
Okay.
How's this?
Oh, cool.
There we go.
Oh, I was like, where are we?
Oh,
Okay,
there.
that's okay. Let's see. Can I do this?
This
now?
is a big map. I can tell
can.
by how far I have to zoom in.
Excuse me. So
Yeah, that's not good.
oh wait, let me bring up initiative, right? haven't done this. I haven't DM'd on this in a while, so please bear with me while I move this over here.
Do you
so
want us?
hopefully people can
Been
see
a hot
it.
minute.
People can see that. All right, great. Yeah, now you guys may actually roll initiative. Now to roll initiative, you're gonna select your character first and then hit the initiative button. Lennox starting
I'll
off
take it.
strong with a flat 20. Jax 21.
Yeah.
Joe apparently not
Yep.
Bray is
Yep.
is not so ready at initiative 7. And yeah,
Um,
what you see in front of you, Jax and Lennox, is this pile of bones is kind of clattering and kind of sockets are popping into place. A little bit of sinew is barely left on the thing, almost all bone. Standing at about 7.5, maybe 8 feet tall, an 8-foot tall skeleton is what stands in front of you.
Oh.
This on the
What?
totem layer. And then one behind you starts to
What?
get up as well.
Oh, good.
Excellent.
I don't even care if they're skeletons. How the hell are they so tall?
Huh. They work out.
Science.
This is not
Um,
scientifically possible.
Well, the
Mac,
carving
question.
Answer?
That's
Do you want Dare to have
Just be
his
on your
own
turn.
initiative, or
Just
would
be
you
on your
rather
turn.
just? Okay, got it.
Yep, I'm not thinking that hard about it.
No,
All right,
that's fair. Just wanna make
Jax,
sure.
you even though this thing kind of started shambling above you, it's not quite together yet. It is your turn.
Okay. I will attack. I'm gonna draw my hammer and my shield, and I'm going to attack it. Like this. This is not kosher right now. This is giant skeleton.
Yep.
I'm not enjoying this.
And
An
in
18?
one hand you can see it's pulling out this. It has like was right next to this giant pickaxe, and like this pickaxe is
Oh.
not. It's like 3 feet long in itself, like from
Oh,
edge
God.
to edge of the pickaxe. It's big.
That's brutal.
18 does hit.
Sweet. He is gonna take 8 bludgeoning damage from my magical hammer.
Awesome.
8. It's a good hit.
All right. Let me check something. here.
Lola, I'm gonna use my bonus action to activate Lola and move her.
Okay.
10, 15, and put it right here. And then Lola will use her shock pulse on the exact same guy. A little bit of lightning. Oh, God. Lola always rolls better than I do.
Yeah. 22 definitely hits.
5 lightning damage.
I'm trying to still set my stuff up here because I lost my scary thing.
No worries. Take your time. He ain't going nowhere. Just like these skeletons.
Let's hope not.
I'm truly picturing the like Home Depot brand skeleton.
Mhm.
That's been
It
so
just
popular.
leaps off of someone's garage and
I
it's
mean,
like
kind of
faces you down.
Yeah.
With its arms
the
out.
Halloween ones, the big
Yes.
skeletons. Yes. All right.
Well, they're turning into Thanksgiving skeletons too. People are just like keeping them up. And they're like, I don't care.
It's so
I'm just gonna have
funny.
skeleton for the rest of the year.
All right, so 8 bludgeoning damage and
forward
5
them to be
lightning
Christmas
damage,
skeletons.
so 13
Yes.
damage altogether. Excellent.
Indeed.
And you notice
And that's just my turn.
You notice as you already like smashed into it on one side and Lola zaps it. You notice that like one of the arms doesn't come up with the rest of it, and you know it's looking a little beat up. Some would say bloody. Lennox, it's your turn.
So
Or,
these
sorry, does that
raw-
conclude your turn, Jax?
Yes, that does
Okay.
conclude my turn. yes.
Lennox, it is you.
Okay, so that big rock that currently it looks like that little purple phrase little guy's on, is that lifted or flat?
It's the rock itself. It's like kind of like think of it like a platform. Like you definitely have to like climb up onto it.
Okay, can I use my 30 of movement to get up on there? Like, I don't know if I can move my girl. Let's see. Yeah, like here-ish?
Yeah, no problem. You know, because you're not really using your full move. You're using the rest of your movements just to kind of climb up there. That's perfectly fine. It's only like it's you know, there's some handholds that you can get onto. You can scurry your way up there. No big deal. But you are elevated about 5 feet, and you can look back, and you can see that there's of course a skeleton over here, and there's a skeleton down here. So you are good to go on your turn.
Great. I'm gonna cast True Strike. on the one that Jax is in combat with.
Okay.
Woohoo!
Come on. That's it for
Whoops.
me.
Well, you have to. Right? 2 seconds. So what do you?
Yes, you would use it on a weapon. So like a dagger, you would throw it, or
Okay, this
yes,
has
that's.
changed.
Yep. It's,
Okay, I have to remember that. Okay, so yeah, then screw that. We're not doing that. Then instead, I want to use mold earth to drop that skeleton 5 feet down into the earth, so that Jax has advantage on it, or anyone has advantage on it.
Well, it wouldn't really give him
Sweet.
advantage just being above him, but I would say that it is possible if you're moving the earth underneath it, it will have to make a test in order to not fall prone. So what's like your spell DC? I'll do it that way.
14.
All right, and so I'm gonna make it's not very agile. Rolls an 18 though. Sorry.
Okay.
So like you see the
Well, it's not that.
you see
So
you see
this-
the earth as it like kind of falls away from it, but like it just kind of drops down a little bit. But it's also 8 feet tall, so it's.
But it's a 5
it's
foot
good.
cube though.
Yeah,
It does say it's 5 foot by 5. Okay.
It's
okay,
a
I just wanna
cantrip.
make sure. So.
It's okay.
Okay, that's it.
All right. Excellent. Still, it's
was worth a shot.
definitely in a hole though. Like if it has to get up, it's gonna take a little extra movement for it to even get out of it. And that's what you did that time. All right. Bray, you are still faster than the rest.
wow, that's surprising. Frey is going to kind of put his staff back and pull out sword and shield.
Okay.
He's going to move up to this one,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just going to take a swing at it.
Okay. So you notice the one that you come after actually is a little bit different than the other one. It still has instead of a pickaxe, it actually has like a great sword. And yeah,
Okay.
you're going at it.
And
Toe to
actually,
toe.
do I see any other creatures from where I am?
Let's see.
I kind of look past him now that I've moved up a little bit.
From your distance of what you can see and the little bit of light that's from Jax's torch, which I'm assuming did you just drop it on the ground near your feet, Jax? And with Dare's little dim light, you don't see anything else yet. I'll let you roll a perception
Okay.
check.
Sure. Perception 13.
You think you might have heard something in the dark, in the distance, but you're not 100% sure, as there's already things clicky-clacking around you.
All right, so you know what? I'm gonna.
Oh, and
I'm
this
gonna
one
take that back a
also
little bit.
actually
Still
has
gonna move
is wearing
there.
a little bit. It has like an actual metal armor on it still. It's rusted, but it's armored.
Okay. So seeing that this one looks a little bit different, and that I maybe hear something, maybe don't, just in case. As I'm walking up, actually, I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna keep the staff out, and I'm gonna whisper into it, and the blades on the bottom fan out and turns into a great axe.
Oh,
And as he's walking up, you see his eyes kind of like start to glow bright and then catch fire. And then fire just covers his head, down his back, his body, his arms, and he grows into this large fire elemental creature. And I'm going to rage.
okie dokie. Oh boy. We have an
I'm pulling
angry
this large great axe behind.
fire elemental with a great axe. Great. Awesome.
Okay.
Do I have to delete your token?
I think.
You know,
Oh, I
let's
do
just-
have access to that.
Let's just save them.
I can do it.
Okay.
Frey likes to make it easy for you.
There we
Frey's
go.
like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna shapeshift. My guy now has a sombrero on. He's a fire
Yep.
elemental, holding 2 javelins and a great axe.
Right. I have 6 arms and 4 legs. No, I do not. But I will attack this thing.
Okay.
It's my great axe. Turn that on. Great axe. Natural 20.
Yeah,
boy.
first hit right out the gate.
Okay.
Starting off
Shabam.
strong.
Not looking good for that thing.
You're a tough boy.
Right. So, 24 damage. It's a pretty
so
good roll,
much for
actually.
being the elite of the group. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Okay, excellent turn. Holy cow. All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
I'd say that's about my turn.
All right. So Dare's just kind of hanging back and staying on the rock next to.
Dare's just kind of hanging out. I would say Dare is going to move up over just to kind of here, just to have some light going.
Okay.
Or maybe a little farther down, maybe just around here or so, just to have a little bit of light so people can see. But he's not going to do anything else.
Okay, great. And it is now the big skeleton in front of you turn, Bray. And as it just took this massive hit from this like environmental great axe attack, Jesus, what did I do? It kind of takes its great sword and just kind of like it composes itself, and it just lunges at you with 2 big swings.
All right.
That's not gonna hit. That's a 22.
That'll hit.
Okay. It does 12 slashing damage to you. Not as good as I
right.
wanted it to do.
So is that reduced to 6?
Because you're raging, right?
I am.
Awesome. That's turn, and now it is the other skeleton's turns, and this one's just gonna kind of climb out of the hole and then stand next to you, Jax, and it's going to try to attack you. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one's just gonna dash, and Lennox, you just hear it, and you kind of turn around, and as you see kind of from where your side is, right, you can see like the edge of that stone a little bit further out, but you start seeing a skeleton walking up to the rock, and like, you know, where the rock is, it's still like chest height to head height above it, and it starts to climb up on the rock, and that's as far as it gets though. And Frey, you see coming out from the shadows around the other side, another skeleton dashing with a pickaxe, just a
Oh no.
and Jax, one of them's gonna strike out at you.
Alrighty.
Does a 9 hit?
Absolutely not.
Great, Jax, it's your turn.
Sweet. I will strike back on that fool
Awesome.
with a hammer. For 22 to hit. 8 magical bludgeoning damage. Boom.
Oh, Joe, you took your token away, so now you don't have initiative tracker. Oh, it's fine. Add turn. Put your thing in.
I got it.
Right. Pretty please. Thank you. Cool.
Yep.
8 bludgeoning damage. Yeah, you tear into this thing, and you know what?
Bludgeoning
Not looking so good. Not looking so good. It's
still up,
it's still up. It's still up, and it has one arm on the pickaxe, and it's like getting ready to come back down at you, but it's like wibbly wobbling around as you smash its ribcage in.
Bam! I will use my bonus action for Lola to take an action, and Lola is going to activate her field as her turn. So she's going to pulse out a fortify field. Let's see, what color should it be? How many colors can I pick
yes,
from?
if you could put colors on, that would be great.
I'll probably make it the same color as my
token. There might be, you might have to go in there and make it so everybody can see it though. I'm not sure how to do that exactly.
I think it should be visible. Shouldn't be invisible. Let me see it.
Well, if you turn it on,
Boom.
I'll let you know.
Can you see it?
Yes, I can. I can.
Unfortunately not.
All right.
You guys can't.
No, I can't.
See.
I don't know how to change that.
Okay. Where did you put the aura?
The aura's on the token.
I know that. What I mean is trying to find the right settings for it.
Oh, I have no idea how to do that.
Oh wait.
Maybe in the edit
if I scroll
tokens.
down, I see. C.
Hey.
There we go.
There you go.
There we go. Awesome. So you have the aura enabled. What is this aura? What's happening?
So this is the I say Lola fortify, and it pulses out this like teal blue aura, and you can like see through it a little bit. When you're inside it, you feel like a little tougher. You feel like your armor is like hardens up, your leather vest like You have +1 AC while you're inside the aura. And then
Damn.
there's another
Nice.
ability that Lola can do with the aura, but it takes another action. So
Oh,
right now, that's what it's doing for its turn.
awesome. Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Cool. So, that's your turn is good.
And I'll just move Lola over one. There we go. Perfect.
Awesome. Lennox, what do you do? There's a
Oh.
skeleton coming up on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot magic missile though at the one that Jax is fighting.
Okay.
And I can choose. So I think I'm gonna have the first two go at that one, and then one of them will go to the guy behind me.
All right. Sounds good to me.
So for this one, I just roll the actual dice.
Yeah.
Roll 20,
They just
right?
hit. Yep. You just roll the hit
And
the.
it's +1 for each. The first two, we'll say to the first one, last one, and then it's +1 for these.
All right. So yeah, the first missile hits, and then the second one hits, and you just see the skeleton like, and it all clatters back into the hole, and it gets obliterated. Where'd the other one go?
Nice.
To the one that's climbing up behind me.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, so
This goes
1, 2,
backwards.
3.
Three.
So yeah, you see the missile hit, and kind of ricochets off of the shoulder, and you see like you definitely hit it, and it took the hit, and that's what you see right now.
And for the folks at home, my Lennox's magic missile is a series of chaotic firework shows in different colors and different types of lights. So all over the place. And
That's
then I'm
awesome.
gonna take my movement.
It's not annoying at all.
10, 15. Thank you, Frey. That's so kind of you to say. 20, 30.
We're gonna work on sarcasm later.
I think I'm just gonna take my 30 to here, if that's possible.
Yeah, of course. So you just kind of hop down, just puff it over, and there's no enemies in your way. And right now you're between a
That's
giant
it.
fire elemental and a robotic turtle. Frey, it's your
Feeling
turn.
Good about it.
All right. Gonna have no, there's gonna stay there. I'm gonna just take another swing at this one in front of me
All right.
with my great axe. 25.
25 definitely hits.
So 18 damage. Rolled a
Whoa.
natural
All
on that one.
That's
You are beasting on
insane.
this guy.
Give-
Oh
give-
my
Yeah, I'm getting some
gosh.
good rolls.
Give me a second here. This thing it's automatically moving my screen to whoever's initiative is, and it's driving me crazy.
Oh no. That's rough.
Okay. Whatever, I'll figure it out later. So, 18?
18 damage. Also, just I don't know if it does anything, but as a fire elemental, I have I give off a bunch of light. So I have 20 and 20 bright and 20 dim. So I'm probably giving off more light than Dare at this point.
Sure. About 40 feet out is what you're doing. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm kind of this like beacon in this dark cave.
Yeah, dude, this thing it's looking rough. I mean, you herped it up pretty good with your giant fire axe. Great, awesome. Anything else you like to do?
I don't think I have any other bonus actions, so that's probably going to be it for me. Yeah, I'm good.
Hey kids, this is what happens
Actually,
when you
hold
make a
on.
broken subclass.
I'm going to move one square over here to get in between the two of them
Okay,
here.
sure.
Get between
Yeah,
Lennox
yeah.
and the skeleton.
Of course. Excellent. Great. So now it's big old skeleton's turn, and it's gonna attempt to at least smack you. Let's see now. Man, I'm rolling so bad. Does a 15 hit?
Unfortunately, no.
Well. Does a 22 hit?
Yeah, that's
Much better. 20 slashing damage to you, Frey. Reduced down to 10.
oh.
That's still
All
a
right.
really good hit, though.
Okay, the other skeleton's turn.
Solid hit.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, climbing up the rock. And I'll just stop that one here. Another one comes flying out of the shadows. And this one,
Oh, no.
This one comes running down 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 into this giant fire elemental and this little halfling girl who shot it with a magic missile.
With a firework.
30. This one's just going for the fire elemental, and that's all they can do because that's all there are. So first attack against Lennox. Does a 17 hit you?
It does.
Okay. Do you have any reaction?
I do. I can reaction shield.
Will shield
hold on,
save
wait.
you? Do you want to do that? That's why
I
I'm
think
bringing
it
it
might
up.
actually.
I don't.
You have
Yes,
plus 1 to your AC.
Yeah, it would save me.
All right, up to
They
you.
give
Do
me
you
an
want to?
18.
Do you want to cast shield?
Yeah.
All right, then you cast your shield, and this pickaxe comes down. It's like, feeling like because of your wild magic, it just starts sparkling all over. And have you been rolling your dice for your wild magic?
I did. I just had one. That's what that 20 was for.
Awesome. Oh, I see it now. Thank you very
Yes.
much. All right, so that one did not hit. The other attack going into Foray, or Giant Fire Elemental, does a 16 hit you?
Normally it would, but with the bubble, it does not.
Wowee, guys, this is great for me. Awesome. Jax, it's your turn.
What the hell? All right. I'm gonna move here,
Swing, ping, 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 yeah.
and I'm gonna just take my hammer, throw it at the guy that is at Lennox.
Awesome. Yeah. Go, Thor.
A 9 is
A
probably
9
gonna
does not
miss.
hit. As you throw the hammer, it just happens to move the pickaxe in the way, and the hammer ting right off the pickaxe. Like it just purely accidental. Good timing.
Comes right back. Goes right back into his glove. And then I will have Lola. We'll just move up in case you need some flanking. And then I will have Lola use in the fortify field. They can fortify someone as an action. I will have them fortify. Let's go with Lennox first. I think Lennox might need it.
What's
a
that
little bit
mean?
more. So he's going to give you some temporary hit points as it pulses. It pulses out one time,
Ooh.
and it gives you 10 temporary hit points.
Wow. Oh, Lennox is feeling good.
Awesome.
Ooh.
That's
And
I like turtles.
that is my whole
crazy.
turn.
Temporary hit points. Did it? I just want to check see if it actually put it on your little bubble. It didn't though.
Oh, I put it in my.
No, it's
sheet.
not. It's not you. It's the tokens set up. They're not set up the way. Oh, HP, right, Joe? HP 10.
Temp
Yeah.
HP.
Can't find it.
Should be HP underscore temp, I think it is.
Thank you.
That was max roll.
Save settings. Hopefully that saves it. Cool. Awesome, excellent, insane. Let's do this.
Insane.
Good job. Lennox, your turn. You are being assaulted by a very large skeleton, more than twice your height, with a giant pickaxe the
Yeah.
size of you. But you also have. You're feeling good.
All right,
feeling
I am
crisp.
feeling
What are
good,
you
and I
doing?
think that she's feeling drunk with HP. Now, as soon as I leave the circle of this, is that 10 gone, Nick?
No.
No, that you have that like normal temporary HP.
Okay. Okay, great. So then I'm going to. I can't disengage, but I'm going to move over here and take the attack
Okay. Yeah,
opportunity.
and it will attempt to make a swing at you. Does a 12 hit you?
It does not.
Oh. Rolls are garbage. Garbage. You are safe. What else is little Lennox doing?
Okay, so once she's out, she's gonna cast Agnazar's Scorcher
Oof. Okay.
in a line at these two.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh snap!
Okay.
Wow.
So, and I'm
Like.
submit. Okay, there's the spell.
Yep. So I need to make a wisdom.
Probably a dexterity.
A dexterity saving throw. What's your spell DC again?
Yes.
Joe, at some point I'm gonna want
it's
you to go in here and just set up the spells so they work
14.
better in chat. If you don't mind.
14.
14.
Yeah, you can do that.
All right. Both of their dexterities are not great. The first one rolled a 10 and the next one rolled 11. So how much damage did that bad boy do?
Let's see.
Mm.
No! Okay, wait. plus. It's...
No, it's not a plus. I think it's just that.
Dang it.
I
It's
mean,
just
still
that, yeah.
six whole damage.
Ugh,
Wow.
yeah. Of course,
You
it's
hit
the
two guys at
saddest
once.
flame in the world in front of Frey.
Let's see now that one.
Actually, Frey
That.
saw the fire go by and thought it was him.
Endless.
You too.
He was
Awesome.
actually like, "Oh wow, look what I did."
Incredible.
Speaking of
I'm
Frey,
so
Frey, it's your turn.
All right,
So use your action, Frey. So now it's the next turn.
yeah, right. I did 6 damage. I'm great. So Dare sees Frey is now surrounded, and despite being a large fire creature, there are a number of things that look menacing. So he's going to float up over to here,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to help action on the skeleton that's here. So
Okay.
he's going to just kind of go and start, go up into its face and just flying around its head.
Yeah. This skeleton just
so
it,
then-
it has just like this bright little thing flying around its head, and like it can't really concentrate.
So, question:
Mm-hmm.
does the familiar allow flanking or not?
No.
Okay.
I'll just say no. 'Cause if it's-
That's fine.
For
that's fine.
helping, I'll say like it's literally like flying on it. You know.
Which makes sense. Okay. So, do you get advantage though on the attack?
Yeah, I would say this though. I mean, because if Dare was actually on the side and just did like an attack, then it would be flanking.
Okay. Since it's helping though, kind of all up in the space.
It's like
yeah,
up
that
in
makes
its
sense.
space because it's a tiny creature.
Mhm.
All right, go for it. 22.
good thing, 22.
hits. Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. So, 17 slashing damage or fire damage actually on that one.
What?
Just like you just scatter this thing, and it's all ash and burnt bone just scattered onto the ground, and Dare kind of goes with it. And it's like whoa. Yeah, it's obliterated.
And with the great axe, he's going to cleave into the one next to it.
Ooh.
So that's not an advantage, but
No.
regular attack.
Yeah,
A 12.
missed. It
Okay.
missed.
It had to happen at some point.
You just see like just in your blind fiery rage, you come smashing down, but you just kind of just barely miss the whole skeleton, and like the axe just in the ground, and it.
He slices through the one into the next one, and it's funny. The fire that's left behind looks very similar to the fire that just went the other way. So he definitely thinks that's I must have
Fell him.
swung somewhere and didn't realize.
All right.
Yeah.
So that one's dead.
Disrespectful.
Cool. Normal skeletons.
That's just cold.
This one's just gonna jump down. They're all three of them are gonna attack you because you're a giant fire elemental. They don't really have the opportunity to go after anything else.
I mean, I think that's
There's
fair.
3 attacks at you. All right, a 17.
Just hits.
The rest
Did
missed.
you get +1 to your AC?
That is with the plus. So I normally 16, and then the +1. But they did help me last turn because he rolled a 16.
Yeah, it did because I also rolled a 16. And so anyway, but you do take 11 slashing damage, halved down to 5.
Reduced to 5.
Oh boy, these little guys
that gonna
just
get me there?
don't really stand a chance.
Frey is bloodied though.
So you guys just see as this giant fire elemental standing here, and it's still just like attacking and taking hits. But you see like there's little dim patches just kind of here, like a little bit of light fades in portions of this giant flaming beasts of a friend.
Kind of like the dark spots on the sun. It gets like darker.
Jax. It's your turn.
Okay. Oh, that's not good. Frey's bloodied. Frey's
Not
pretty
really.
pretty beefy. I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15. Let's see. I'm gonna attack and get flanking with Lola. Is that just a +2? Are we doing just
Doing
+2 for
+4.
flanking? +4. Okay, I'm gonna attack +4 on that guy. 21.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Take a hammer, my jammer. That's 8
Ooh.
bludgeoning
Good hit.
damage.
Good hit. Awesome. Yeah, and you crack into the back of this thing's skull, just leaving a huge open spot in the back. It's still standing, and like it kind of turns to you, and you can like see its like jaw still there, but the rest of that skull is just gone.
Nice. And then Lola's action is going to be to fortify Frey.
Nice.
9
Goo.
temp HP.
Oh, nice.
God, you were rolling high.
Nice.
Excellent.
The fortify comes around Frey, turns into this like blue flame that kind of encompassing his red flame.
And that is my whole turn.
All right, little Lennox, what are you doing?
Okay. It's my dog that's barking, so I was trying to quiet her up.
It's okay.
I'm going to do another magic missile, but I'm going to cast it at 2nd level, so I get 4 darts instead of 3, and I'm
Okay.
going to do 2 and 2 to the closest to Lennox.
Awesome. You want to hit the top one first?
Yes, let's do 2 to him.
Do that. 2 to them.
1, 2,
7.
plus 1 each. Yeah,
7
perfect.
damage. Good hit. Good hits. Yep. Yeah. It's looking pretty beat up. And the other one, ooh, so
Is
4
3.
damage. Well, it's 1 plus 1
Oh yeah,
plus
4.
1 plus
Yep,
1.
yep, yep. Totally.
That one.
No, it's 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.
Plus 5. Yeah. So many ones, but also it still looks like you took some chips off of like one of the scapulas
Nice.
is like blown in half, and you kind of took out a kneecap, and it's looking a little shaky. Anything else from
Yay.
little Lennox?
Yeah, I want a bonus action. I should have done this first, but it doesn't matter because I don't roll for Mr. Anyway, I'm gonna do innate sorcery. So hold on, it's a cool magic sorcerer thing. As a bonus action, you can unleash this magic for 1 minute, during which you gain the following benefits. The spell save DC of your sorcerer spells increases by 1. You have advantage on the attack rolls of the sorcerer spells you cast, and you can use this feature twice before a long rest.
Question: how long does it last?
Yeah. It's just 1 minute.
Me being a nice guy, you don't think that this is gonna last too much longer? So that might be a waste
okay.
to use now. If just throwing it out there, a little metagamey, but I don't want you to waste something that might not be useful.
I get 2 of them.
All right then. Okay, so if this last
Okay.
suck that's getting blown up,
But I wouldn't have known that, so I'm gonna keep using it.
true. Lennox is still a fresh to the adventuring world, we'll say.
For sure.
That's for sure.
All right.
Sorry.
Excellent.
Right.
Are you moving at all? You staying put?
I think she'll back up a little bit.
Great. Back against the wall a little bit. It's like, anything else coming? Great. Frey, it is your turn. You are surrounded by 3 very large skeletons, while you yourself are large. These they're still tall, and you're like, okay,
Mhm.
let's go, big boys.
Yeah, they're like almost my height,
Yeah.
which is a little off-putting.
I still can't
There's
stop
gonna
thinking
kinda
about
do the same
stupid
thing.
Halloween skeletons now. It's too funny.
Just-
Yeah.
There's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna swirl around this one's head, kind of engulf its head, almost like a
Little flame mask.
Yeah, exactly.
It would actually look cool
And
in
I'm
any other
gonna-
setting. You'd be like, wow, cool, it's Ghost Rider, but
Yeah.
it's like setting a flail.
Little Ghost Rider vibe. And I will attack that one.
Awesome.
Natural 20.
Okay. Roll anything.
20
Nice.
damage.
Yeah, obliterated.
Ooh.
Again, just like you take the backhand, like so the axe, right? Because it does kind of grow with you. Being that,
Kind of just like-
being that you're basically a magical creature. Yeah, the you just the whole flat head of the axe just smashes against this thing, and just bones start scattering. And Lennox, actually, as you back up against the wall, you see this hit, and just like you duck as like all these bones come flying past you and smash into the wall.
Okay.
Right. But who's getting smacked next, Mr. Cleve?
No, cleave only works if they're within 5 feet of one another.
Oh, okay. So they're safe.
So yeah,
Ish.
so you kind of have to like really cut through too. Yeah, so they
Oh,
set themselves up nicely.
great. That was pure luck. Anything else from Frey?
No, I think that's
All right.
it.
Time to strike back. Actually, one is going to attack Jax as he caved in the back of its skull.
How dare you?
Does it 8 hit? No. And one's gonna attack Frey.
Nope.
Natural 1. All right.
Oh.
It's your turn.
They're really digging in the doldrums down there. These skeletons.
So you guys
So,
don't
like,
even need a perception check, but
Ooh.
like you can tell like the armor that the other one was wearing was so rusted and corroded anyway, and like these things are just bone, like they are ancient. Like they've just been sitting here dry for who knows how long. Jax, it's your turn.
Does a 13 hit?
No. It
All
does,
right.
it does, but you kind of hit it in the rib, and just like one rib goes.
And then Lola will shock pulse it with flanking. That's a dirty 20.
That does hit, big time. Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Roll damage. 4 lightning damage.
4 lightning damage. Still standing, and it's like kind of it goes to the metal of the pickaxe, but you see it does kind of take a jolt. And yeah, anything else from Jax?
Nope, that's my turn.
Lennox.
Yeah, I'll run forward a beat just so that I can do another magic missile.
Pew, 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 pew.
That's what we have is firework
Love
displays.
magic missiles.
Okay, and I'll do 2 to the one in front, and then 1 to the guy in back.
Okay, sure.
So 7 to the bloodied one.
And it is barely holding on. You like it's just you took out both its kneecaps, so it actually like shrinks down, and it's just like and actually now it looks like Jax's height.
So it's still
That's
taller
like-
than you.
Still a
The
little
visual
taller.
of the fireworks exploding
How
in
dare
the
you.
caps is really stunning. Pew pew! And then the third one is 3 to the one in the back.
Awesome. Solid hit. Excellent. All right. Anything else from Frey or from Lennox?
That's it.
All right, Frey, who's gonna kill this turn?
Probably no one. I'm going to just turn back towards the one. So Frey kind of crushes the one there, and he doesn't turn around. His face just kind of goes through the back of his head and forms out the other side. And I'm just going to take a swing at the one in front of me here, the
Oh.
non-bloodied one.
I love amorphous creatures.
So it's going to be a normal attack. 18
18 definitely hits though.
for 16 damage.
It's bloody now. Yeah, and with that hit, the whole thing just stumbles across, and you see like a few of its bones scattering across, but it still has its hand on the pickaxe, and it's getting ready to strike back at you.
Yep. And the wood of it is on fire now.
Yeah. All right. Anything else from Frey?
That's it for me.
Frey scares me. Okay.
Lennox doesn't strike fear into your heart.
Not yet.
Yes. I mean, no.
Oh, okay.
One's gonna go after
It's
Jax again, and one's gonna go after Frey. First, Jax, 22. All right, get some damage.
Yes, that hits.
Take 11 slashing damage. That's a good hit.
Oh, goodness.
Oh boy.
I should say
Oh.
I should say piercing. It's a pickaxe. Either way, you took 11 damage.
Good.
Is it just the pick like kind of sinks into your armor plate a little bit and then pushes through and gets you right in the shoulder? You're like,
It's
oh,
a huge hit.
almost like drags you down to the ground a little bit, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. Well, I will activate my other magic item, which is my armor of magical strength. The blue lines on his jumpsuit go, and then it's just like to him resist from being knocked over.
Okay.
So I get to roll with advantage.
Okay.
Oh no, so
No.
bad.
Yeah,
Oh.
A 2 and a 7.
you tried. You're like go stop.
Get knocked
And
down.
it just drag because the pickaxe is so big and heavy. It just drags you down to the ground when it's like stuck in your
Okay.
shoulder.
All
The
right.
other one
I'm on
will
the ground.
attack Frey. A 12 does not hit. Jax,
It's not.
your turn.
My
And
turn?
You can
Okay,
just
I'm gonna
up.
stand up.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll stand up. I'm like,
Sure.
no one makes me fall down. How dare you?
If it had eyebrows, one raised.
He just flips the hammer over, goes to uppercut this thing.
Jax is relatively chill unless you knock him down. And then he's
15?
not
15
having it.
does not hit.
Oh, poop. and then Lola will zap him too. Take him down, man. 25.
That definitely hits.
MVP.
Thing is a beast, man.
Seriously.
8 lightning damage.
And as you go in for the swing and like, you know, it just doesn't quite connect. You're like, "Ah." You just see the skeleton just shatter. It just kind of like crumbles on top of Lola, and Lola just kind of shakes and all falls off and just like looks up for the next one. All right, and it go bye. Anything else from either of you two? You have movement
Nope,
now.
That's all right. I could move. I'll stay put for right now.
All right, Lennox. There's one skeleton left assailing your giant fire friend.
I'm gonna get over there, and I'm gonna true strike with the quarterstaff.
Nice.
Does a 13 hit?
Unfortunately, does not hit. Well, you hit,
She
and just like,
whiffed
you're like, yeah. All right.
Actually, no, wait. Tides of Chaos. I'd like to reroll that.
Okay. What's that? Is that part of your?
Yes, it sure is. Tides of Chaos. I can manipulate chaos itself to give yourself advantage on 1d20. Wait, I already have advantage on this because of my innate sorcery that lasts for a full minute.
Oh, yeah.
Which would be yeah.
Roll advantage.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm rolling that again.
Lennox is learning.
She's trying.
And
18. Does 18
does
hit? Yay. Okay, so this is 1d6 plus 4.
You can just click, so you can actually just click on the word True Strike Quarterstaff in the roll there, and it'll roll the damage. Plus
I did.
your
I think I just
modifier.
needed to click on the damage, but I'll take the roll I just did because that's.
So
10.
I'll take your 6. That's 10 damage. Yeah,
I'll take my 6.
and Lennox, you run up and and you do 10 radiant damage to this thing's other leg, and you take it out from underneath, and it just falls and hits the ground, just shatters into pieces.
Wham!
And yeah, for a few moments go
Done.
by. Seems kind of quiet. You don't hear any more rattling of bone.
Well, I think I
And
should
you just
include
hear
this in the map.
you all hear and feel just like a slightest tremor in the earth. That's it.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
That's no good.
I'm gonna maintain bonus actions, maintain rage for a little bit.
Is this
we should-
something
So how does that work,
to...
Chho? I thought it just lasts 10 minutes, or
It can last, so rage now lasts up to 10 minutes, but you have to take a bonus action every round to maintain it. But if you're out of combat, you just do that. Yeah.
understood. Understood. It lasts 10 minutes.
So like if you're in combat,
but if something happens and you
if you're
forget,
in combat,
okay.
or I do something with my bonus action, or I don't attack something, then yeah, it can go away still. But for all intents and purposes, out of combat, you can kind of just keep it going for like 10 minutes.
Can you guys hear the
Jax.
creepy
Oh, go ahead.
scariness in the background, or no? Okay.
Yes, it is creepy and it is scary.
Right. Combat
we
is
should-
concluded. I'm gonna get rid of this turn order.
And actually, what Frey's going to do, he's going to start to shrink down back to his normal human size or elven size. But his eyes are still going to be these light, bright fire coming out of them, and you see under his skin that's more, instead of like the fire that he was, it's more this like glow that you see pulsing around underneath his skin. He's going to keep the rage, but just be not large.
Mhm.
Sounds good.
So I'm going to drop
I love
myself.
what you've done to your face. Stunning.
What a
Is there any
He's not-
way to
he's not
perceive?
Pay attention.
Is there any way to perceive where that rumble? I don't know if it was more of a sound or just the floor shook. If there's a way to perceive which way it came from in the tunnels.
Try to roll a perception check.
Okay.
And while this is happening, can I use a healer's kit on myself and also on Frey?
You may.
That was nice.
You may.
Yes. Frey, you can roll a
got
hit die.
You can.
An
so,
18, which
Oh,
is
nice.
18 is good.
wild because I have a -1.
So I got 7.
So the healer's kit is like a. How does that work again? You can use.
They get to roll a hit die and they get to add my proficiency modifier to whatever they roll.
Very cool. Okay.
Wait, Is your hit die a D4?
Oh, I don't know why. No, it shouldn't be. Should be.
I think it auto does that. I think it's a
Oh.
D8.
Oops, my bad. I'll
Okay.
re-roll that.
Yeah.
Um,
Roll D8.
D8. I'll change that. Oh, but I have the healer's feat. It lets me re-roll a 1. It also lets you re-roll a 1 if you roll a 1.
Amazing.
Wow.
Oh, so I get 6 hit points back.
Okay. Joe, what do
And you can roll a hit
Alright.
die as well, Frey.
Oh, so it'd be, but it's not my regular hit die roll. It's D12 plus 2, right? Proficiency.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Plus
So I'll
your
just roll
con.
a D12.
Oh yeah,
plus
I
my
get your
con?
con. I would assume you're rolling a hit die. You get your con to heal.
I think you just roll. I don't know. I am not sure.
We'll say no for now.
We'll say it's because you're using an extra thing, right? It's you're using your healer's kit, so Joe gets 14 HP back anyway. So amazing. Amazing.
Max roll. I'll take
All
it.
right, and an ancient red dragon comes out from the corner. No.
16.
All right, great. This is awesome. So you're not bloodied anymore, I assume, right?
I'm not. No.
Excellent. So
Got
okay.
temp HP.
Okay.
No longer bloodied.
Oh yeah, I forgot you had the temp HP.
Doing
That's
all right.
pretty
So now,
awesome. The aura lasts 10 minutes also.
okay, yeah. We'll
So it's just gonna chill.
we'll try to we'll keep track and see how this goes adventuring wise. So yeah. So you're kind
So
of
I
just
listened.
maintaining rage. He's you're maintaining the aura, and Lennox is like
do
listening and trying
That
to
for
I'm
maintaining rage.
trying to
I'm
listen
trying
and
to.
feel the ground, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I got an 18.
An 18. With an 18, I mean, you don't think it's close. You don't hear it anymore. You just it felt like it was something that was passing. Like it didn't you don't think it was like something like something around you seems unstable necessarily,
Sure.
or that like something how can I put it? Maybe a creature of sorts made the sound, but like not in your general vicinity, and it was definitely like in the ground.
And I can't tell. I can't tell which direction it came from looking at these two hallways.
So you would think it came from. I'm just gonna ping the map a bunch, like over in this direction at least, but distance-wise, like not from that spot, but like from that way.
Got it.
Yeah,
After the sound. Okay.
that's where you think
So I'm gonna-
think the trembling sort of originated from is from that direction.
I'll tell the team that.
Okay.
I think whatever just shook the earth came from that way. So we may want
I
to
love that.
avoid
Maybe go the other.
possibly the other
that was
for
from
now.
the left side.
From the left side, yes.
Okay.
And I
Go to
jump
the
up to the right side and take a look down this way here. So I'll get to the edge here of this rock and kind of just
Sure.
look,
Yeah.
listen.
Hold on one second.
Just want to perceive if I anything down that way.
It's moving stuff here, so I could put I realize the map
As
is a little
as
low.
I'm walking up, I say, did you check the tent?
Yeah,
Did it, Jax?
we did. There was
Anything in there?
I didn't notice
giant
anything
skeleton.
other than the giant skeleton with a pickaxe. Unfortunately, I searched it pretty thoroughly.
And so there are
it's
of course scattered skeletons and pieces of bone around you now as well, with their pickaxes and their armor.
Does the tent look bigger? Like, does it look like a tent that would house a 8-foot tall whatever the skeleton was?
No, it looks like a normal, like it looks like a larger tent, but not like specifically custom made necessarily. Roll like an investigation check if you want to go over there and kind of look at it and think about
Actually,
it.
yeah, then I'll do that since I'm kind of going that path. I'll do that first.
Okay.
Come down this way. I don't think investigation. Okay, so investigation. 6.
I mean, it looks like a bigger tent, but it looks like a normal tent to you. That's it. I mean, you see also there was this little fire pit there, and it's like same size as a fire pit that you would make.
Mm-hmm.
Can I check out the armor on these guys and see if there's? I know it's probably super faded.
Also,
but see if there's any recognizable
roll
things.
me an investigation check as well.
14.
14. Yeah, so like it's super worn. It's rusty. For what's left of it anyway. It's just definitely torn up from time. And even the bones of some of the skeletons are still like laying near it. They just look dry. Like they were probably sitting in this cave untouched for who knows how long.
Sure. Okay.
That's all you really get with the 14 on that. The pickaxe is
Yeah.
huge, though. I'll say this. I know last session you guys were kind of saying, "Oh, maybe dwarfs. Maybe there's like some dwarven, type architecture, or maybe dwarven type. Even though it's super faded, you couldn't really tell. This does not look like a pickaxe that a dwarf would be able to wield comfortably."
So even though we're out of combat, because it lasts 10 minutes, would I be able to fortify myself and Lola while it still exists? Or is that too busted?
I would say, I mean, there's also that, isn't there that the cleric domain kind of does something similar?
This is similar to that, but not as
I would say
strong.
this. I know we can always do the whole, like, I can keep rolling it and get the highest roll, but I would say you can do it for everybody once.
One time.
And just
Yeah, I
whatever
can
the
just roll
roll
once
is,
for
is the
each
roll
person.
is. So you
Okay,
can be like, okay,
perfect.
Lennox gets this, even though, well, she already
That's fair.
has it. And I think
I already have
Trey
it,
already
so.
has it. So you could do it for you
Yeah,
and
it
Lola.
would just be for me and Lola.
And Dare if you really wanted
And then
to.
that's it.
Just for me and Lola is fine.
You don't see Crow.
We don't have any temporary hit
Sure,
points.
roll it
That's
for
fair.
roll
I
it
don't
for
want
you
to
and
be.
Lola.
I don't want to be too busted.
It's okay. I mean,
but yeah, I'll roll for.
Hey everybody, we're playing two subclasses that we sort of made up together, and if they're too OP, they
One
might change
for
next
me?
time. Who knows?
One for me and one for Lola.
So
We
I
both
have
get 5 temporary
That's-
hit points.
That's great.
And I'm playing a subclass that no one really understands.
Nope.
So working on it.
That's okay, Jax. Dare didn't want any hit points anyway. He's fine.
No.
Did you want hit points, Dare?
Nope.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, so yeah,
You get nothing.
the tent seems like of a normal make, just a larger tent. Maybe like an adventuring party could probably sleep in it of 3 or 4 people. But it's tattered and torn up and old and like barely hanging on. And these skeletons again, super old, dried bones, no ligaments really.
I think now I'd like to go back what I was going to do first onto the rock and kind of listen, perceive that direction, but I know that's going to take a second. So if you guys have things you would like to do as I'm walking and climbing and going.
I pick up the torch and I keep moving in the other direction. I start walking with Lola.
And I'm still Bray's still giving off like a pretty good amount of light.
Yeah.
Even from where his skin is poking through, he's still, it's 20 and 20, so 20 bright and 20 dim. He's like a torch, basically.
Sure. And now I need to remember, how do I do this? There we go. Reveal areas. So like, yeah, as you guys kind of move up and around to the right hand side of this this cave system, I'm going to.
Can I make a perception check?
Reveal a little bit more of the map, and you may roll a perception check to see what you see or don't see.
Okay, so since I'm continuing to rage and my eyes kind of light up as I look, I actually add my strength bonus instead of my intelligence. Or sorry, my wisdom.
See so good.
I know. Well, yeah. There's got to be a good way to flavor it.
I don't see so good. It doesn't matter. Awesome. Yeah. Great. So anyway.
Like a couple water drops drip down into my face and it steams, and I can't see anything.
Yeah, I mean there is occasional water drips come from the ceiling, and you I mean you don't see anything super out of place. If anybody else, Jax, you just rolled perception as well.
I rolled a 14.
You rolled a 14. So Jax, as you actually get up to start moving up, you kind of sort of like not trip. But like, something, you kind of foot hits something, you stop, and you kind of look down, and there is this large rock in front of you, and you notice that it's not a normal rock. It's worked stone, and you see that you think it could be the bottom of a large pillar, and then you look beyond it, and you can see scattered on the floor what looks like a pillar that would have fallen at some point in history, just broken and scattered, about 40, 50 feet, 60 feet in front of you.
I wonder. I say out loud. I wonder what could have did this. And I like gesture.
Did the
my
ceiling
hand
go that
towards the-
high?
It's black up there. Like you don't
There.
see
Send him up.
the ceiling. Dare starts
Send
Is
Dare
there-
up towards the ceiling.
hovering towards the ceiling and eventually stops and pretty far away.
Okay.
And there's no like rumors or these things weren't gigantic. They were just slightly larger than Frey when he's in his large form.
Okay, so compared to a normal humanoid skeleton,
Mhm.
I guess roll me an intelligence check, or nature, or what else could I say that you could use for this? Probably nature or medicine are the two checks you could use to ask a question like that.
13.
And do you pose this question out loud by chance?
Yeah.
All right, then, Jax, I would say you'd probably actually, now that you have a chance to sit here and think about it, you'd probably also want to roll a medicine check. Yeah, 13. 13's pretty good. 11, middle. I mean, if somebody is 8 feet tall, their skeleton is also that's a big person. That's a very big humanoid, and most humanoids you know of, I mean, the tallest person that you probably have ever met is maybe 6 something, right?
Okay.
Maybe there's a couple
No.
couple orcs out there that might just be on the taller side and big and strong, but
But not this big.
no. And these resembled very humanoid skeletons. Like even the face was it was a more human,
Mhm.
shaped. Wasn't like
Did it,
orcish shaped.
Okay, so it had like eye sockets, more
Eye sockets,
human
normal
style teeth.
mandible.
It looks like the Home
a little
Depot.
bit bigger of a
Mhm,
jaw,
yeah.
and it looks
Just
like the Home Depot
pickaxe in one hand.
skeleton. The bones were a
Okay.
little on the thicker side. We'll say that as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we haven't
We'll say
heard
as we're
any. There's no like local lore or folklore about giants or anything like that I've heard.
Mm.
Cool.
No.
Yep. Lennox is just drawing as much as she can as she goes of the
Mhm.
skeletons and the cave or the cave system and all of that.
So you're just like kind of sketching your book while like following Jax around or something. Okay, that sounds good.
Yes.
And
I
as
kind of
far as
walk by
giants
Lennox
goes
as we're
himself-
going.
Sorry.
I just say walk by Lennox as we're going, and I just say that was a nice hit at the end there. But you're gonna get yourself killed. I don't want to have to carry you out of here. And he kind of keeps walking.
I can hold my own. And thank you. I love compliment hour with you, Frey. It's got to be my favorite part of the day.
Doesn't
Just
turn around,
like
keeps
drawing.
walking.
Okay.
He leaves the cave.
And
He leaves the
He's
cave.
gone. You
Yeah.
never see him again.
Oh.
He goes back to the town.
And since
Yeah,
you
I'm done.
mentioned something about giants, like giants, they exist in different parts of the world, but there hasn't been any mention that you know of them being in this part of the world, or at least on the part of this continent that you know, just because, remember, so Eonora is very, very specific. They haven't ventured outside too much because they just really haven't had to. So like right now, you know that you're in a mountain range where there is a dwarven city somewhere in this mountain range, and dwarves have lived here and stuff. But other than that, the city of Eonora have never really ventured out that much further than.
That's why I'm
this.
making the maps.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good. Making sure
So
we're
I'm
on the
just
same
jotting
page.
that all down.
Same
Yes,
page with that.
absolutely.
Awesome. Great. Yeah. So you guys move up a little further. You don't see anything special. You just see that there's this giant pillar here. That's all you see.
Interesting.
Keep on keeping on.
I say to Jax, I lean over the other way. Should we be trying to be quiet here?
It couldn't hurt, right? It couldn't
You
hurt.
can't really see though, right?
I have a torch. I have a torch.
Well, that makes it a little harder to be quiet. Well, not quiet, but sneak.
Fire's pretty quiet, man.
Fire can be pretty quiet, but it's visually loud.
That's true. I mean, if you wanna go ahead a little bit, I can't really snuff the torch. Otherwise, I'd just be like holding Lola's shell while I walk.
No, well. That's maybe we
That's not gonna be
keep the
very
light
efficient.
so you can see, and we just be careful.
Sure.
All right. Group
Works for
stealth
me.
check.
And he's still light at this point. He's
Yeah,
he's still giving
you're
off
also
light.
still
So
bright in a
I'm
pitch
glowing.
black
Like
cave.
yeah,
Gotcha.
he's like a little like Jax. You're talking to him, and he's a little hard to look at because his face is just bright enough that it's that like you look away and you see the imprint of it kind of thing.
Nice.
It's not like the sun, but it's like you looked at a light bulb for a few seconds.
That's fair.
7.
I rolled a 7.
Stealth.
Yeah, let's go.
Another one that I can use my strength for, so now I'm gonna roll 1. Well,
Very
3.
quiet.
Yeah.
No. Lennox is a
Stomping through
star.
rocks.
The good news is Lennox is being just a nimble little halfling. And kind of runs around the rock as she's also sketching. But Frey and Jax, you guys kind of walk forward, and as you both take a step, you just notice like the ground kind of gives a little bit, like, oh darn it, and then a piece of the pillar just kind of and just like crashes onto the ground. All right, great, fantastic.
So not quiet, but careful.
All right, you guys just move forward.
Yeah.
I'm keeping
Alright.
on.
Just for the sake of I'm not trying to use the map as an exploring map because that'll take us 5 years if you try to move 5 feet. Like, what do I see? Move 5 feet. What do I see? Just it's here. It's visuals. But yeah, you kind of walk further into the cave, and eventually you don't hear anything. You don't see anything. Kind of opens. It kind of starts to actually close in a little bit, and you do think you make out what looks to be a tunnel up ahead. But you do have like the dark space to your left. It's a dark open space, and you don't really know what's over there. But you do know that when you came into this large cave, they kind of split off into 2 directions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
Okay. You can tell me if this is something that I can do, because I haven't really done this yet. I want to make a little fireball in my hand and just throw it down the dark hallway to kind of get some light down there.
Okay, sure. Roll me for distance, I guess. Like roll me like an attack roll or something, or a strength. I mean, not really.
Sure.
Throwing
So
a
let
little
me.
So do you have? Sorry, I
say-
don't remember everything. Do you have like a fire attack of sorts, or?
No, it's I can create an orb of elemental energy that I can throw at enemies. The range is a total of 60 feet. So there's no long range. It's just a 60-foot range.
Just roll attack then, right?
Okay.
For that'll be for distance / accuracy. If you hit a wall, or maybe not.
Absolutely. 14.
14, no problem. So like you just like the missile in the Death Star, and you kind of see as this little ball of fire goes into the hall. We'll call it a hall. It's a cave, but like the closing area, and it kind of just goes through. And you guys kind of see like how it lights up the wall a little bit until it like gets to a point and just fades out. But like you saw that it just kind of kept going. It just went.
Okay.
Like it turned into
And to be at least a tunnel. Okay.
tunnel. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. All right. And anything to the left here that I know you want? How so? Question then
distance
about
for
dark
your
vision. How
range.
do you? So
40
my
to
light
50.
goes total of 40. I do have 60-foot dark vision, but I know that that's a little bit different.
But they don't. But you do.
Than typical.
So yeah, in our campaign, dark vision is super limited. It's like most people say, oh, it's like black and white, but it is not. It's very hard to see things moving in the shadows of the darkness, even with your dark vision. But like you can make out shapes, and you can still have some depth perception, some distance to where you are. So you guys see within the light radius, you guys see just like kind of chunks of rock. But Frey, what you see is what you believe to be another fallen pillar, at least partially of what you can, the distance of what you can see.
Point out to him, I said another one of these pillars down that way. Not sure, see it or not. Do we go forward or down the smaller path, or take a look at
My
the pillar?
vote's for the smaller path. I feel like this might be a loop-de-loop, and though there may be another hall down that way, if that's where we heard the shaking coming from. I say let's
Oh.
explore the smaller one first.
That's a
Fair.
fair assessment. I think
We
that
can
can
always
be
come
a
back.
good way to go. Yeah, why
Grand.
not?
Sure.
All right.
Works for me.
Right?
Frey, you want to lead us into the hallway with Dare?
Sure. Can do that. And yeah, I will continue down the hallway to the north, and actually, I'm going to send Dare ahead a little bit,
Okay.
just to make sure there's some light
Yeah.
up that way.
You see. It's just like a cave. See a tunnel.
Mhm.
It seems pretty stable. Roll
Can
me.
I?
What?
I was going to say, can I just do investigation, perception, something, just to make sure that A, it looks like it's not going to cave in on my head, but then also if there's any kind of like traps or things that could
Sure.
kill me.
I'll let you roll a perception check first.
Okay. Oh, I'm killing these rolls tonight. So that's a 9.
Looks like
total.
a tunnel. Looks like
Right,
a
9.
dark
Yeah,
tunnel.
9.
But I will allow
Okay,
you
looks like a
to
pretty dark
roll
tunnel.
a nature check as well.
Nature. All right. I don't think that's one of them on this list. Let me just make sure. I always forget. I'm going to have to check this every single time. It is not. Okay.
Okay.
So nature.
16.
16.
You kind of put your hand on the wall a little bit, and you're like looking up, and this tunnel still, it's like it's about 10 feet to 15 feet wide at some parts, but about 30 to 40 feet high. So
This is a
it's a
pretty
pretty
okay.
tall tunnel. And you do get the sense that like someone made this tunnel. Like you can kind of see some very, very, very worn pickaxe marks. But it looks, from your perception and your nature check, seems pretty stable. Yeah, there's a couple
I think something made
of loose
this,
fallen rocks here and there, but
but nothing that's gonna cave in and crush me necessarily. Okay, at least that I can say. I can relate to them. I think something made this. This isn't a normal, typical tunnel. You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. Looks
Right.
safe enough.
And you guys start walking through the tunnel together. Like, what's your rough marching order, we'll say?
I'll be first with Dare.
Yep. Dare kind of
either with or a few feet ahead, just kind of floating back and forth. And
sure. And
you see, so Bray's kind of telling Dare to go forward, but he scoots back. He checks on all of you guys back there to make sure you're okay, and then scoots forward and comes back again, make sure you're still following. Kind of like how a dog will, be walking and then look back, make sure everyone's there, and then keep walking and look back.
You guys are trying to be careful, and even though your stealth checks weren't great, I'll allow you to re-roll your stealth checks now as you're kind of like actually entering the tunnel, and you're like, okay, let's collect ourselves. Try again.
So 14 for me. This is a +1 because of the strength.
Let me just.
And let me know too when the 10 minutes is up, and
I'm gonna say about 5-ish minutes have passed. So not that long.
Okay.
You guys are
About
still
half.
moving. You're not moving super fast because you are trying to be careful here. Jax,
Mhm.
you rolling stealth?
Yes, sorry. I'm just seeing if I get disadvantage for it because I have a breastplate. I'm assuming I should have
I forget
disadvantage
if
for it.
breastplate does that, but yeah.
Fun.
I'll just say that I do.
Skibidi-bop. And Lennox, by now you've sketched out like one skeleton with a pickaxe, and you're like, tall boy. Why so tall?
Tall.
So 7.
19.99 at Home Depot today. I've sketched out a plan so that they can sell it.
9.99.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. So
Like, what? People would love this.
so Jax, you're kind of walking, but you have the torch up, and like the light is sometimes kind of affecting your vision because you should probably keep it back you. You're just gonna put it in front of you a few times, and then Lola kind of just got in your way back, so you're like, ting! Like, oh shit.
It is no
Breastplate is not
disadvantage. It
disadvantage.
is no
Yeah.
disadvantage. All right,
Okay.
I'll do that for next
But
time.
still 7
Got it.
because the first roll.
Yeah.
Within the
7.
first
Yep.
one, anyway. Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, after like 30 seconds to a minute of walking, Jax isn't being super stealthful, but you get to this spot here, and you see like this huge rock that you kind of have to like either really wedge yourself between the wall and this rock, but also you could just climb up onto the rock. So you, Frey, will say that you kind of just peek your head over, you don't really see anything, but you climb up onto the rock, and you see you see that the tunnel kind of continues on, but you also see this like pile of rubble over here. I'm looking at the player map that the other people would see, and I'm like trying to make sure that everything's lining up.
Yeah.
So that's what you see right now. So like the
All right, but I'm up on top of the rock.
Yeah, you're
correct?
you're up on top of the rock. We'll say right there. Thank you. Since I'm playing with this silly fog of war. All right, and so like you get up on this
take a look at the rubble?
And you may. So please roll a perception or investigation check. Whatever one you want. Feel like you want to do.
18.
18. Yeah, you see as
19.
19. Oh boy. As your comrades are climbing up on this rock, and Lennox just goes nope, and just kind of walks through the tight space because it's not that tight for her, and gets to the other side. You're standing probably about 4.5, 5 feet higher up than she, and you look at this rubble, and the rubble is definitely looks like pieces of collapsed worked stone, and kind of beyond it you see like there might be like not a wall, but like you see something that's more like an in place worked stone in back of this ball of rock.
There might be something through here. We can take a few minutes and try to see if we can get through.
This might actually be a really good use of my druid spell, Mold Earth, because I can do 5 feet of stone, loose stone.
Loose stone. Let's see now.
Oh wow.
Mold Earth.
Heck yeah, loose stone.
I have to read these spells.
Choose a portion of dirt or stone that you can see that fits within a 5-foot cube.
Excuse me, sorry, I'm smashing around over here.
Okay.
Mold ear. Okay, that's not what I want to do. So.
This spell was brought to you by Lennox, a hero of Riverton. I just want you all to know that my cat came in here. I pet her. She was on the ground. She walked away and looked back at me like this and looked up into the corner where I'm sitting and then ran like there was a demon there. I am afraid for my safety. She was like, and then just bolted. I was like, oh,
so if
I'm
you
so
target
scared.
an area of loose earth, you can instantaneously excavate it, move it along the ground, and deposit it up to 5 feet away. This movement doesn't involve blah blah blah. You cause shapes, colors, or both to appear in dirt or stone, spelling out words. And then if the dirt or stone you target is on the ground, you cause it to become difficult terrain. So
or if it's difficult terrain, I can cause it to become not difficult terrain.
Yep. So not trying to be a jerk here, but it says
You're fine.
It does say loose earth, and this is all stones on top of also a large rock.
It was worth
Could
trying.
she possibly use that as an assist to help me move stuff? Or would that not even be?
I in this particular instance, there's actually no real like dirt or earth near it. It's all stone here.
Okay.
Yeah, in this particular spot, like this, it's very specific.
Before you move the stone, can I use an investigation check to find a weak point in the big mound of stone to like move it? Maybe we can break one to like knock a few down so that it like is easier to move.
Roll me an investigation check.
Yes, my precious.
You smart boy.
Where's my investigation? That's a 12.
Oh.
Not great,
You know,
but okay.
it's okay because really you're just trying to do a little assist. But yeah, no, you do see like there's all of the rubble kind of fell onto itself with some of the rock coming down from the ceiling. But you do notice that there is like a one specific like larger esque looking boulder thing, kind of smack dab in the middle. And if you were to try to split it somehow or break it or move that first, it would probably cause a little bit of a, I don't want to say avalanche, right? But like stones would fall if you were to somehow be able to pull out or smash this one major stone.
I'm gonna try to do it
Okay.
because I'm still raging.
Okay.
Real quick question
Well,
though.
of course.
We can see, not we, Frey, can see that behind this stone, there's like a wall of worked stone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it seems like this is worked stone that fell, right? And I can see that there might be some more behind. Is that kind of what happened?
Yes.
Would it be
The broken stone is
impossible?
worked.
Okay. Would it be impossible, instead of possibly collapsing this and then collapsing the cave, would it be possible to like misty step to where that wall is to see what it is before they do this?
Then Lennox would have to look into the rocks and roll a perception check to see if she can see beyond it. I will say with a 15 and a little bit of light in the back of you, you do see what you think is an open area behind these rocks.
Okay, that's great.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna.
I don't think you're gonna move this.
No, absolutely not. You are correct, Frey. Well observed. I am going to trade in some sorcery points to get a spell slot back, 2 to be exact, to get a second level, and then Misty step in to this thing.
So that just it's 1 sorcery point per spell slot, right? Is that how it works?
Yeah, per level. Yeah. So if I needed a level 2 back, I had to pay 2.
Joe, what are you gonna say?
I think it's when it goes the other way. I think you can use spell slots to make sorcery points 1-to-1, but I think the other way it's a little more. Could be wrong.
Is it? Check. Hold on.
Not to be that guy. Sorry.
Sorcerer.
I feel like you've all been that guy to me about 6 times during today's play,
Oh, yeah.
but that's okay.
We are those
Pretend
guys.
Frey's saying
We'll
it.
figure it out.
Pretend Frey is saying it, and then
Creating
it makes
spell
sense.
slots at a level 2, right?
For
My level 2.
Misty Step, right?
Yeah, level 2 spell, right? Yeah.
Okay, so you're kind of right. A level 2 costs 3 points.
Okay.
So it's just 3, which I have.
Okay.
Great.
Okay.
2.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I don't know how sorcerer works, so.
Okay, so then I Misty step in to see what's going on.
All right.
What do you think? Oh,
you guys just see as just as Lennox just disappears for a sec, and
we never saw her again.
Yeah.
I can create fire, quick fire.
Oh yeah, Druidcraft. Yeah, you can give yourself a little light with that, right?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, no big deal. But yeah, we do. So yeah, you Misty step over there, and well, they can see it now too because maps. But you see a worked stone hallway.
Cool. There's a work stone hallway, everyone. Might be worth it to get rid of those rocks.
And you're like, you think now looking, there's about 10 feet worth of just worked stone and stuff piled on top.
This definitely is leading us into a more an area where the ruins may be. It feels ruiny. Yeah, I'm fine. Are you okay?
Be careful. I'm fine.
Sometimes it's harder to watch someone get eaten by a shark than get eaten by the shark. You know what I mean? So I just want to make sure you're okay.
Let's move these stones, buddy.
Right.
Do it.
I don't like any part of that analogy. I'm gonna move these stones.
Okay.
My mom said that to me one time.
Really?
Huh.
She's wrong.
Not sure how I feel about that.
It's always worse to be eaten by the shark.
By the way. Yeah.
Like, oh no, it's so hard. Oh, Joe. Oh, shark's eating you.
You have no idea
This
how
hurts
hard on
you
me it was
so
to watch
much.
you die.
Oh.
Right.
Damn.
It's tough.
Oh, well.
Tough.
All right, yeah. So both of you just start kind of moving some rocks around. You know, there's the big rock. Do both of you basically just double team big rock, trying to pull it out and make some room? So Joe, I'll let you do. Well, you're already raging anyway. Advantage, athletics check.
Cool. Advantage. 11.
Okay, good
I'm
thing.
killing
Good
these
thing.
skill checks.
Good thing Jax was helping you. Lowered the DC, we'll say. So yeah, you both kind of grab on his. Really, Frey just like grabs on the rock and starts pulling, and it starts to shimmy a little bit. And Jax is like, and the thing kind of you pull it out and you both back up a little bit, and then there's just enough room to like kind of crawl over the rocks and get to where Lennox is.
Yeah. He initially puts his hand into the rock to try to like melt it. And after like 4 seconds, when that doesn't happen, he acts like he's just reaching down to grab the rock and just starts to pull.
Looking cool at first, and then nope.
It just
brute
didn't,
strength.
It didn't go the way he wanted it to.
Nice job.
You guys
Well
may
played.
enter that tunnel now if that's what you wish to do.
Nah.
And as you guys get in there and the light starts to filter into the hallway, you can see that the hall takes like a sharp left from your perspectives.
I feel like it's been less than 5 minutes since I told you I didn't want to carry you out of here.
Well, now it's actually been about 7 minutes, we'll say. 8 minutes with having to move the rock. So you still have 2 minutes left of low
Say
level
to-
raging.
Now that it's worked
Saying to
stone,
Lennox, you're muted.
Your point?
Just really appreciate it if you didn't get yourself killed down here. I know that it's not easy.
Alive. I didn't
are.
even take a hit in the
Which
last
is
battle, Frey.
impressive
I
in its own
appreciate
right.
your concern. And she is fully
you both are
yelling
being
in
so
this
loud
cave
in this cave
Yeah,
right now
yeah.
that
I'm
point.
if
not
there
sure
was
why you're
anybody
upset.
else, there would definitely know where we are. 100%.
You probably shouldn't yell. I'm going to continue on.
Can we search for traps, please, now that it's work stone?
You may roll a perception check, Nick. Jax.
You see him
That's
like
just
looking around,
size.
touching the walls, and like looking at the seams on the bottom of the floor. Like, they may have wanted to protect this area from people. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Just possibly.
Maybe, but
I'd like to take a look around.
Jax, you don't see anything out of the ordinary.
I don't got anything.
Can I get a sense of? Sorry.
I was gonna say I'll let Lennox roll and also a perception check. She asked.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Little two for 5. This is some pretty basic worked stone from your perspective.
Beautiful.
Can I get an idea of if this worked stone is like human? Like, is it crude? Is it dwarven? Is it just somebody cut a hole in a rock? Like, what is?
Roll me a. You can try to roll a history check, I guess. That's like the only thing. That's the only thing I could think of that would maybe give you
even close. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, these are like 10-ish foot
advantage.
These are like 10-foot long hallways, or wide-ish hallways with like a 40-foot ceiling.
Right. An 11.
Work stone. How about this? It's worn. It is so worn in here. This is.
Hey, to all of our viewers, if you'd like to play a drinking game, every time Max says worked stone, I'm gonna have you take a drink.
Yeah, this is what this whole cave is.
This stone, it's been worked.
And it is worn.
Worked.
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 Can I do a perception check on the next stone?
Yes. No.
It's both worn and
worked.
She is worn out. This stone is crazy.
I'll say this: nothing that you've encountered in this place, with seeing like the large pickaxes and the giant skeletons, would make you think it's dwarven.
Not dwarven.
All right. So let's go.
Let's continue
Go
on.
for it.
Move down here. Oh, and there's coming with.
All right.
Gonna like float up ahead a little bit, just kind of bobbing around.
And Dare is going to have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no, Dare!
Oh, no, little Dare.
He's
Drugs
not very
again.
good at those.
What was the DARE program stood for?
Dare to keep kids off drugs.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not what he's
It
about.
didn't work.
Dare to keep
11.
kids out of caves.
How much HP does Dare have?
4.
Okay, I'll roll.
Dare to keep stone unworked.
And unworn.
Unworn stone.
Damn it, Jax! If you had just given him that temp HP like I asked.
And
I think that wore.
Dare?
I assumed that had worn off. Am I wrong? Should I still have
No,
my 10?
Oh, no,
temporary hit points are till you rest.
Oh yeah, they last
Oh.
you rest.
Yeah,
Great.
they're beautiful. Yeah, so Dare's just kind of floating, like, right, because he doesn't really walk. He just kind of floats through the hall, and then you just see, and all these like spikes come out of the wall and then retract, and he's just poofed, gone.
Oh.
There.
Oh. No.
You see, he actually Frey like visibly like.
That was
Okay.
tragic.
Well, that's why he goes first.
I'm gonna make a note of that.
He'll be alright.
Check out my notebook.
He'll be fine.
Like,
I'll
And
Okay.
technically,
bring him back later.
I'm being nice because he's floating, but you would have fully taken that. But now you see that there are these, now you look ahead, like it's about 10 feet in front of you, and you have light, you see that there's just holes in the wall. And like these spears came out of it and then retracted, but they were like that thick. Like that was the spear shaft.
Wow.
And just
Girthy.
like just girthy spear shaft with a very sharp
It's the worst word.
sharp point.
In a worked worn wall.
And a work worn wall.
Okay. Got it.
We need a
okay.
counter.
Lennox is gonna
Ticker.
die.
And we don't see anything mechanically that
All right,
set it
let's
off.
go ahead.
So now I will say you can try to roll. You're kind of close to it. You're not in danger where at least you're standing. At least you hope. You can try to roll another perception check here. Plus the light is down this hall.
Can I do that too?
yeah, I want to
think
see
all of you.
what.
You could,
Yeah,
as a
please,
group,
somebody.
please, all of you
We're
may,
like-
because you're all three of you are like, what the?
Oh fudge!
Oh, fudge.
Plus 2 to that, so 17.
Nice. Good job, Jax.
21.
Okay, the 17 and the 21 both.
Oh.
You do see that there is a discoloration in the stonework on the floor that makes you believe do not step there.
Okay, so some of the stone is different colors.
Yes,
It's like that's where
and
he
they
was.
are there's like 3 or 4 of them in this area.
Okay.
Okay, can I point them out?
That with a 21
Like-
perception check, you can.
Yeah, you both see that, right? You see the darkish gray
Yeah.
and the lightest gray.
Well, I didn't before, but I do now. Thank you.
Don't step on the dark gray. And one of them has like a little imprint of an ash, like just an explosion from where some fire was. There's like a smear on the floor. I'm like, yeah, don't step on those ones.
Can I?
There.
You don't think these are used now, though?
No, I think we need to.
Would you
avoid
like
those.
to test it?
You know what?
Yeah.
I was gonna throw something at them, but
That's
we
cool.
could also
you could
just
do
avoid
that.
them. Let's just assume they're still ready to kill us.
Yeah.
Oh, hop, running, jump, hop over.
Yeah, I will say now that you've all seen them, you know what to look out for here in this hall. This hall is not fun, and there you walk past just the scorch mark of where Dare was, and
Like I reach out and then I don't, and I keep walking.
I will say that all of you in this next little clear area here, if I knew how to work this at all, the next little clear area here, you can all stand yourselves into if you'd like, and that is safe. But I will say very low DC, but each of you just roll me either a stealth check or an acrobatics check just to maintain your footing, as some of these squares can be kind of misplaced.
How are we looking on rage at this point? Are we still there? Is it gone?
I would say you
This will be
honestly
the
have
last
about
roll.
30 seconds or so left, so yeah.
I will.
I picked acrobatics just because
or
I think it's
acrobatics?
fun. She'd be so much salt and
Uh,
these halls.
Okay. Was the 8
1,
Lola?
14.
Yes, it was.
Okay. As you all
Lola.
go, Lola is
No.
like walking, and just one of the feet just happens to be just like not even 2 inches over, and you unfortunately you hear the whoosh, in back of you, and you turn back,
No.
taking 9 piercing damage for.
But is she gonna
Lola.
save?
It's just like there's no room to move. Oh wait, okay, you
Oh,
know, yeah, no,
9.
just, do a dexterity saving throw for Lola.
Because she got pretty
No, you're
solid
right,
dexterity.
right. Dexterity saving throw. I forgot.
Um,
I made Derek take one.
boom.
17?
Back
You did, yeah.
You take she only takes 4 piercing damage as
Four piercing damage.
as Lola being the AI that she is, she steps on the thing and just retracts into the shell real quick, and just one of the things kind of knocks her shell over, so she goes ping 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 ping. She kind of gets launched around a little bit like a pinball, and then lands at your feet, gets up, but you do see like a decent, like, you know, gouge in her shell.
Just big
Yeah,
scratch.
Oh.
Whoa.
Keep her safe.
We'll work on that later.
Lola,
we
don't
can't
worry.
have all the pets die.
Lola, and I sit down, I whisper, I say, if I have to carry you out of here, that's okay.
And
I'd be happy to do it.
a second later, all of a sudden you hear, and Crow lands on your shoulder.
Oh, hey, Crow. Oh, you're outside. That's
What?
great.
Where did they come from?
Oh, you know, he's got meetings.
What?
It just sits there.
Is that what I
Where
said?
were you in the skeletons? What?
Probably at his 8:30, Jax. I don't know. The man's got places to be.
All right, that's fine, I guess.
All right, and
Don't quite.
with torchlight, you guys can see it goes this hallway of worked stone. Starts to open up a little bit.
I keep looking for traps. BTW.
Yeah. What's your passives?
Passive perception is 14, and
14.
for anybody watching from home, we're going to say that we're at that's workstone number 3. Keep track.
I hate you guys so much.
Well, when I rewatch this episode, Mr. Big Man,
we're like,
I'm gonna be
workstone
like,
number
look,
14.
this work stone is looking pretty fine right now.
Let me just see something here.
Um,
and if we're doing this retroactively, in the opening, I think I said it
14.
at least 2 times.
You did. I'm
I'm
counting
telling
it
you.
since the game started, but I mean, hey, if you
We're not
want to be
making-
a real hero,
Not making through it.
go retroactive.
All right. Yeah. So it starts to open up into pretty interesting ruinous cavern. No more traps.
Are there holes in the wall?
No. From your right this moment, you don't think there are any more traps around you.
And I am very smart, so there probably
Yes,
aren't traps.
you're very smart.
That's nice.
Of course.
All right, keep moving forward then.
Awesome.
I don't notice any traps.
All right. Yeah, I'd say we can move on.
Excellent. All right. As you get to this area, you as you get into this. Yeah. Once you leave this hall, you notice that this thing really opens up. It's still really dark. You can't quite see. You think you might see a couple of like, since you have the torchlight and Frey, you're giving off light. A little bit of light dances off the ceiling, but still very high. Now it's
Actually, probably at this point,
it's yeah,
all
and
goes
then
away,
it just it gets a little darker in the room even. So Jax, right now you are the main source of light, and how the torch goes, what, 40 feet or something? 2020 we said.
I think it's 2020 because I think
2020
it's
we're
the
doing
same
20
as
dim, 20 bright.
Yeah.
what I have.
So, but you just you get faint. It's so open that you get faint little light against the ceiling, but you can, if you had to guesstimate, like it's probably 60 feet up in some spots here, and in front of you you see a couple of large stairs, like going up to like a platform into the middle part of this room, and like what opens up is you kind of see what the torchlight will give you about that. And you see like the walls here, some of them are just obliterated pieces of the cave, because this is, you know that this is all underground. You see that some of the walls have given out, and like parts of the earth have pushed into this room, and it just opens up, and you can't see. Yeah, you really can't see much beyond this view right now, because it's just pitch black in here.
Do we hear anything in the darkness?
Perception check.
I'd like to do one also, if that's all right.
Fine. 14.
14.
Yeah, you guys stop for a sec. You listen. Besides, you hear a couple of faint drops of water, probably condensation coming from the ceiling. You hear what you think is maybe a bat flying around here and there. So somehow something's got in here, or has a way out. You don't hear much anything else. You do. All of a sudden, you do hear another of those little tremors, still coming from what you think is the same direction. So if I had to ping the map, you still think it's coming from like... Oh, I can't. Oh, I'm not select.
Can't see it.
I know.
The northwestern direction.
You feel like it's coming from this direction, and it's so faint. Like it's not.
Okay.
Feels even more faint than last time.
Does this all just look like stone at this point? Are there other things?
Everything in here is stone except for where the walls have caved in. There is more like earth that has penetrated the walls here, the worked stone.
What kind of stone? There it is.
I know. I know what you wanted.
Now you're fishing for it,
But
Chho.
yeah, this everything around you
I
now
actually was initially no.
This is
but
just,
yeah, I mean,
if you had to define it like now around you, this is just ruins. Like the floor itself is smooth, except for where stone has fallen and crashed and split the rock. But the floors are relatively smooth. You see this little area where it's like kind of like steps moving up to a platform. You can see where there may have been some other walls at one point, but they're not there anymore. Lennox.
Sorry, I just mean for the stairs. Is that what these aren't walls? These are stairs.
So this right here,
these like
would be like
yes,
stairs moving up to like
okay,
what you
cool.
believe is a platform of sorts.
Like a stage or something. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
got it.
a stage or
Maybe
something.
we should check that out.
Yeah.
Maybe we could get a little bit better of a view of this massive room if we move up in there. And I start moving forward to the platform with Lola.
Okay, as you get to the platform.
Yeah. Follow behind.
Let's see, reveal.
And you said should we be doing more trap checks, or did that kind of carry over from the last one still?
You're with your passive perceptions and all that, you're not really seeing. Now you know what to look for. You're like looking for like any discolored stone. Plus, right now there's nothing near you that you would think could hold a spear. But you also can't really again see very well above you. But you don't see anything up there. It's just pitch black, so you don't really know. But yeah, and then this like kind of stage area, we'll call it, as Lennox so described it. It takes up what you can only assume is the whole center of this massive. Now you're starting to see like this is a massive room.
Do we get any indication of what it was for? It's like a
from where you're
banquet hall
sitting
or
right now. There's nothing really around you. Again, it's flat worked stone.
Yeah.
I'm just doing it to be mean.
We're at 5, y'all.
Yep. And yeah, there's no furniture nearby close enough to take a look at that you know of, and you just see. Again, you're on a platform. You do see where walls used to be. So like this little area right here probably used to be more like a wall. This used to be a wall. You do think that where you're walking into, maybe this was like an entrance to this room up on this platform in the cave. Does that make sense? And as Lennox travels in a little further, you can see up to there. And you start to see more like over this little pile of rubble gives you the idea, like, you think that probably was a pillar holding up the ceiling at one point.
Okay.
But the
Little concerned
wall
we've
where
lost
you
so many
first
ceiling
walked
support.
in, also just to throw it up there, like, it's not just like a little bit of a wall. Like, that wall goes up to as far as you can see into the darkness next to the ceiling. So these walls extend to the top of this.
Okay.
And I forget, Lennox, do you have dark vision
No.
as well? Okay.
Mm-mm.
All right.
I keep moving in.
The
just to
the
shed
light
over
here, you notice, you do notice actually, as Jax has the torch out, the light kind of ever so slightly glimmers off the rock, like it's like just a little bit reflective in here. So it's like just it's producing a little bit more light, but it's just a little reflective.
Would we know what that
Can-
reflective stuff
Huh.
is?
Just the stone doesn't seem as worn out here.
Okay.
It's still all trash. It's still crumbled, but like just in general,
So-
it hasn't been weathered as much.
Okay.
Less worn, more worked, is what you're saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Should we have
I
a viewing party,
actually.
Joe?
Sounds good to me.
Everybody's gonna die.
Question.
What?
Let me know again if you feel like you want this to actually do anything. But as part of thaumaturgy, I can cause a flame to brighten. If I cast that on the torch, would that increase our viewing range here at all?
Sure, why not? Yeah.
Lasts for a minute.
Where's Jax
It's not
right
like it's
now?
a forever thing.
No.
whoa.
We're gonna say that boosted up to like a 60-ish feet, right?
Okay, cool.
30, 35, 40, 45.
That's pretty great.
60. But that's a 60-foot.
Yeah, so,
Sorry, I have to do this the ghetto way of
Frey walks up to you,
Circle
and
around.
his eyes kind of go like not even like a white, just kind of brighten, and he literally grabs the flame of the torch, and it brightens up a bit.
Yeah.
And then let's go.
Torch.
Wow, that was fun.
Lasts for a
Torch
bit, but
brightens up
can
and,
help
and the
little
room
while.
brightens up a whole bunch. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50. Around there. I'm just gonna open this up for you, and just for the sake of being easy for us, obviously I'm not gonna like go and try to cover up other parts of the map. Like, you know they're there, but if like just know that it's dark outside of your radius, and if something pops up, it's because you ran into it or something. It's dark in there, yada yada. I think we're all
That's fair.
easy enough. And yeah, with torch, you brighten it up a little bit, and you see another area where it looks like a bunch of rubble, and maybe what could have been stairs moving up to another sort of platform.
Does it look like this would have been a room at one? I think you mentioned that, right? A room that maybe there was a pillar in or something, goes up really tall.
So you've noticed now like a few areas where one or two areas could have been pillars reaching ceiling at one point, and in general, you believe on this platform that you've ascended onto probably had like an entrance, a large entrance, and like walls here, but it's most of it's kind of come crumbling down.
Okay, so maybe a room with at one point, but now it's obviously just
so like you do see like so just for explanation's sake, like while right now with the torchlight you can see out here, but like really this is kind of a wall, but it's crumbled down, so it's really hard to see down there, but like you know it's there.
Would I be able to like look around at the crumbled walls, crumbled pillars that we're walking by, and try to notice like any iconography or like words or pictures and like kind of like what we saw before, even though it would be like messed up and
Roll
destroyed?
a perception check.
Okay. Natural 20.
Yes.
So now that Jax is like
Mocha latte.
actually paying attention and not being attacked by skeletons, and not in a cave that had a giant pillar, but was like probably a little too nervous to be actually examining the whole pillar, because you guys kind of just walked past that. You do see that on the stone that's crumbled here, you kind of pick up a larger piece, and now that you have the torchlight, and I told you before, it's kind of like not like shimmering off of some of the rock here, some of the stone. You kind of flip it over, and while it's really worn out, you do see there was areas that have like a pattern to them. Maybe could be language, but it's nothing you've ever seen. It doesn't even look remotely close to anything you've seen. What languages do you speak?
Let me double check for
Mhm.
you. Common, just common and dwarvish, and that is it.
So these definitely don't look like dwarven runes, because you do know dwarvish, since you have to know dwarvish in order to make your magical items work, and how to create them. But yeah, and it's definitely not common. But it does, for the little bit that you can see on this one piece of rock, and you kind of take another rock, and you're like, maybe these fit. And it does look like it's kind of flowing in a direction, so like language, but doesn't really reflect either languages you know.
Okay. So I would just put the torch down for 1 second, just say like, hold on a second, guys, like kind of whisper it. And in my notebook, I like start writing in the symbols, whatever they are. Like I don't know them, but I'll write in like a whole line of them just to like jot it down so I have it for later.
What do you got there?
I point down where I put the torch on the ground next to it, and I'm like, check out, look at this panel. These could mean something, and I'm just like copying them down.
Oh,
With a little like.
yes. And Bray pulls out his spell book, kind of flips through. And I'm going to cast Comprehend Languages.
Okay.
Actually, well, before I do, I look at it quickly. Do I recognize the language before I
What languages do you
place
speak?
that? I speak Common, Elven, Dwarven, and Primordial.
Nope.
Okay, then I will do what I just said.
All right. How long does that take you?
It is, with the ritual caster piece, it is an action. So I can do it once a day as an action. Otherwise, it's a ritual.
Okay. So you do this, and how does this manifest for you?
I pull out my book, and it looks very much like a wizard casting a spell. He kind of flips through and scans it, and just kind of, but instead of it just, it's a little more chaotic, a little more elemental. Again, like instead of like the eyes lighting up, it is more like fire, and it's like, okay, I can, I'm seeing through fire as opposed to like, yeah.
And as
So
you
maybe
do this, like the symbols on this worked stone, I'm doing it on purpose now. Kind of light up in your vision, and you start to like think like, oh, maybe this is, nothing's coming to me. I have you can't read it still. You have no idea what it says, what it means.
that's strange.
I will say
This
you're
doesn't.
smart enough to
Yeah.
know, right? So when you read the spell comprehend languages, it does say the spell doesn't decode symbol.
So yeah, it doesn't decode secret messages and text or glyphs such as arcane sigil, part of written language. Okay. So I kind of turn back to Jackson and say, yeah, take these down. These don't seem to be a language. They seem to be some kind of symbols or code, possibly. Nothing that I can read. And at this point, I can read just about anything.
I trust your judgment on that one, seeing as your spell book, and that you can turn into a giant fire elemental. Hopefully we can find someone later on in the town, or if we ever get back to the city, that can maybe help us read it.
Yeah. I'm looking at you, having a very normal conversation, and my eyes are just on fire.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, sorry about Dare.
It's not the first time.
Good.
It's okay. He'll be all right. I'll bring him back
All
later.
right.
It's just a little jarring when it happens so suddenly.
Absolutely.
Glad
I
yours
pick
is
up the
okay though.
torch. Yeah, Lola can take a beating. You know, she's not just a little tinker toy. Uh, She's a
No,
she's a emergency defense tortoise.
has some real teeth on that one. Well,
Just
you
like
know what I mean.
just like
Sort of.
walking, just kind of stops you.
I pick the
Um,
torch back up and start moving slowly away from where I left the panels on the floor. Because
Do we see any other pieces like that they could sketch down?
As you see that in this particular pile of rubble, like just a bunch of these rocks have some markings on them, but it's so shattered that
Right.
you really only got like 2 or 3 pieces that kind of almost maybe matched up in like the type of symbols that you read or saw and sketched out what you could do. So Jax,
Could
make
I-
sure Nick, make sure to like write that down that you sketched out symbols from old ass ruins.
Could I do an Arcana check? Is that something that would help, or is that not even worth trying?
Probably not really worth trying in this particular
Fair enough.
instance.
Okay.
But it was a good thought. Was a good thought.
All right. And I look back at Lennox. Nothing you can read here, right? Nothing that makes sense to you in terms of these symbols.
Nope, nothing so far. I'd like to investigate these stairs and see what's up here, but I'm sketching the cavern of the room.
I'm also revealing the areas as Jax basically just moved up. I'm just gonna give this all to you guys now. I figure you guys are walking around, you're gonna explore, you're looking for anything that looks like discolored stone and traps. You don't really find much. What you do end up seeing eventually as the torchlight starts to glimmer off of it is you see like this dark, almost black, shiny stone in 2 sections of this platform, which you actually have to you either have to go up the stairs on this side. You see that right before you guys like start getting on top of it, and this part is all like you'd have to climb. Like it's like 10 feet up almost. Like you'd have to climb up onto there.
Yeah, not for Lennox.
And then as you guys kind of reach the pinnacle of the steps, you do see that there is a giant throne, like stone throne, in the middle of this platform, and just laying in it is about a 40-foot tall giant skeleton, and it's just like in the throne, and it's like, you know.
Oh, I don't like that.
And you see a giant, like, old brass mace, probably about 15 foot in length, just laying on the side of the throne.
Oh no.
Okay.
I kind of like, maybe based on what we've seen earlier, be a little cautious.
I think that's the stone. That's the ore up there
that
we came for.
But what is that?
A lot of it. That looks like a giant.
Team question. What if we sneaky do right out of here for a long rest? How you feeling? And then we come back and we can talk to the giant. But I can't talk to the giant right now.
You think it's about, 2 p.m.
I don't care. I need a nap.
I think we could probably pull off a quick rest.
A short rest?
Probably
we could probably do that.
A short rest?
But
before we go talk
otherwise, we're basically going back to town.
I would like for all of you to roll me stealth checks.
While we're whispering to each other, like.
Now that you're actually, since you're whispering and it's kind of funny, let's roll some stealth checks since you're just there.
Oh,
oh boy!
Oh no!
That's fine.
We
High
don't
five.
Yeah,
we're like,
so Lennox is like, hey guys, how about we get a long rest? And Jax is like, dude, it's like 2 p.m. Oh, it's like 2 p.m.
Yeah. Well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and that skeleton's gonna take some spell slots that I don't have.
You're gonna take some spell slots.
Could we at least take a short break? A baby break?
If we can get away from this thing a little bit, maybe back in the hall? We can
Yeah,
try.
yeah. I'm like, okay, go.
I will allow you all. No, don't worry about it. You guys start walking away very carefully. You don't hear anything. You don't see any movement. Everything seems fine.
I'm gonna stay in the rear.
Whoop, sorry.
Just in case.
Yeah.
We go back to the hallway.
You guys go back to the hallway. Where do you guys go
Like
in
the
the
entrance
hallway?
of the hallway.
There's a discolored panel you're gonna have to go sit on to get the full short rest.
Everybody roll just like acrobatics checks as you walk through the hall.
Acrobatics.
As you know where the spots are, but you just gotta avoid them.
Oh, we're going all the way out?
They are.
All the way out. Okay.
Well, I guess, yeah, because this is the hallway here where all the spiky things are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe we go back to
I was
the
thinking
rock
like
here.
I was thinking like right here at the entrance of the hallway, just like sit here.
Okay,
like,
then no acrobatics checks right now. You guys can sit here. You guys can try to chat quietly.
Just sit on the ground. I like lean the torch up against the wall. I'm like, okay.
Also, while we're sitting here, I wonder if we could come up with a bit of a game plan. Of like, okay, so we can check. Chances are that thing's gonna pop up, right? So maybe we can make sure that we're in prime positions for ourselves before it does.
I'd say it's a good assumption, yeah.
Did you, Frey, did you see the big mace that was next to the throne? Do you think you could move?
I absolutely did.
Do you think you're strong enough to actually move that?
I mean, I'll say I could probably move it. I don't think the question is being able to move it. I think the question is moving it, assuming this thing tries to murder us before it tries to murder us.
I was thinking you could just push it off the side of the platform, at least.
I could try.
That'd be be badass if you could. Just saying. I definitely could.
So maybe, because none of us had gotten to the top of the platform yet. Here's my guess. I'm guessing we touched the top of that platform. Boom, skeletons up. Could be wrong.
I have a similar feeling.
But maybe if we place ourselves on the stairs, if you are first, Frey, and you can push him towards us so that you can grab the mace, maybe we can fend him off while you get the cool weapon.
I can try. I'm not sure how far I'll be able to push him. He's pretty big.
That's a good point.
But again, I can try.
But he's dry. He's dry as bone. He's been there for he's probably light. Think bird bones. Okay? That's a dry skeleton if I've ever seen one.
It's a dry old skeleton. He is not moist.
For you.
So I think you got it.
Had to go there.
He's girthy, but he's porous. So I think
do you guys, Joe, do you know if we lose our temporary hit points?
So many words.
From short rest?
I think it's until the next long
day.
rest.
It's like, it's like,
oh,
it's like when you take a long rest for the next morning.
Oh, awesome.
Or whatever. 24, awesome. I don't know.
Yeah, so we should still have them. Are we, I'm assuming we're short resting here. Are you guys rolling?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll hit die.
Okay. As you try to short rest, you know, while you're doing that, I guess roll like group perception checks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
See, the fun thing is when you have 3 players, you're just like, just roll a group check. Just easier, right? Instead of having, because like, you know, if you have 4 or 5 players, like, oh, can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? With 3 players, I'm like, if all 3 of you want to look at the same thing, go for it. Who cares? But yeah. So you guys are trying to like hunker down. You're probably kind of cuddling in the corner a little bit, you know, like, nope, nothing's gonna come this way.
Somehow I doubt we're cuddling.
Yeah, you're cuddling in the corner.
Okay.
And Frey doesn't cuddle.
How much you wanted?
Frey, what you hear, and only you, is another little rumble in the dirt, off in the distance.
Does it sound like it's coming from the room we were just in, or a different direction?
Same direction as before, though not from the room you were in.
So still kind of that north, if assuming this is northwest kind of direction. Okay. I kind of just whisper to them, it's another one of those rumbles. Not from the room, somewhere up to the north.
Odd.
Our friend seems to still be sleeping, though.
Silence.
that's good.
Silence from the direction of the big room.
Well, in that
Creepy
case,
silence.
I will roll.
Few water drips.
Ooh.
You actually hear. You also hear like not like wind, but you do hear the sound of wind a little bit coming from like the tunnel that you opened up to get in here.
But it more sounds like, and then we die. All right. Well, I will roll a hit dice then.
All right. You guys get a short rest in. But you
I'm
just
glad I
how do
asked for
you-
this.
you
It
just
did
don't feel happy.
Nothing for me.
I was just about to ask you that.
don't
I was
get
just saying, hey
anything.
Lennox, how do you feel after your short
The
rest?
same. Absolutely the same.
Awesome.
Do you have
Good thing.
do you have
Zero
sorcery points left
change.
or no?
No.
Oh, that sucks.
No. That's okay.
Do you have any way to get any
will
back?
make it through. No.
Well, we'll use some cantrips. We're gonna use some
Yeah.
cantrips. It's time.
Yeah. True psych. This is when Lennox becomes a hand-to-hand combat artist. Okay.
Oh
Because
God.
all I have is
I'm
true.
gonna be
all I have
carrying
is
you out of
true
here.
strength and a quarterstaff. Hey,
You don't have any other cantrips?
I got acid splash, but what's the fun in
Oh,
that?
acid splash! Heck yeah!
Could also use True Strike on like daggers that you're, not in this whatever this thing's face is. Just
It's really,
Uh,
it's really sweet to see how much you guys care about me.
I love
But as
acid
somebody who
splash.
has 10 temporary hit points, I got this. Okay.
I'm
I've
strong.
never
I really
felt
like
stronger.
that in this setting particularly, this is a normal conversation because there's just so much magic everywhere.
Yeah, just talk
right.
about
This
spells.
is actually
yeah,
in
no,
game.
you
Yeah.
should. Acid splash is great. Like, yeah, it's a great little cantrip. I learned that. I've
Oh,
used
yeah.
it before and blah
Yeah.
blah blah and
We've used
spray
it on
here.
testing at the IDC,
Yeah.
like all the
Not
time.
my
We use acid
favorite.
splash.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Love acid splash. What did you get at your school? What cantrips did you get?
I got mending
Your
and
school.
a really useful one called Firebolt, and he shows you his gloves, like the hand that he holds his shield in. Like he shows you on that glove, and there's a small gem right here. And he's like, that's where the flame comes out.
Oh. Wait. Does it siphon your own flame? Does it just come from the glove or does it come from you?
I mean,
If you are
You have-
unsure, I'd like to talk to your teachers.
you'd have to make.
That
You have
feels
to
like-
create. I created the glove, so some of my energy and essence went into creating the glove.
Cool.
You've noticed that every time Jax does magic, which you've only seen like 2 or 3 times, it's a gadget. It's
Mm.
not like he waves his fingers. It's like he throws out a boomerang. He makes a rope come out. Like it's from the things that he creates that are imbued with magic. Like his hammer,
Very
his throwing
cool.
hammer.
Yes. Okay, cool.
And unlike you,
Mm.
the magic that Frey, well, some of the magic that Frey has casted has been from reading his book. But you, magic is
I'm just a little
from within.
magic spout.
A little
You're just
magic
born
spout.
with it.
You're a little teapot, baby, and you're ready to
Well, chaotic.
pour out
Just a
some
little
magic.
chaotic
little magic
magic
sprinkler.
teapot.
I love that.
Yeah. So what do you all think we're ready? We can go back.
Yeah.
Maybe try to get up there.
Okay, so, did we come up with a plan? I'm just gonna push a skeleton.
I'm gonna blast him with the firebolt.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
push a
I thought-
skeleton.
I thought Nick
No, I
and
want you to push his
Jax and
mace
I-
away.
Y-
Push the
I thought you were gonna
mace
try to
away.
use the mace.
You know what? I have an idea. I could just try to stand on it.
The skeleton?
No, the
Stand it.
mace.
Oh,
That sounds
be
completely logical.
Quite
also.
heavy.
gotcha. Just block the mace from use. Well, first you
No.
got to get up there without waking it up. So I think that's
That's the trick.
Well,
Okay.
also, Foray, you're the stealthiest, right?
I wouldn't say
I'm
that.
the-
I mean,
well, it depends
Lennox?
on the
Compare-
form.
Because one of
I'm
you
not
can just
particularly
try
quiet.
to get some of the stone, and we can just leave. Like clearly, we can't get all of it. There's those two big patches of it. If
Yeah,
somebody wants to
so
stealth and
what-
just get some of it.
So what you saw,
Good point.
right? You saw that like it was hard to see because you guys didn't go up onto the platform, obviously, with the giant skeleton sitting on a throne with a giant flipping mace. So you did not go up the worked stone stairs. But what you could see was
I was tracking it's 7.
there was like
now.
2 large deposits of what you think could possibly be this fancy stone stuff that you're looking for, but it looked like 2 giant veins
Okay.
coming out of
Okay, so it didn't look
the
like
earth. It
not like a
wasn't
rock we can pick
pile.
up. It looked
It was
like
like
a
one giant piece each.
So you'd have to
Wow.
like chisel
You'd
it
have to
out
break
to
it
like get
apart.
some.
Now from if you got up there, you don't know. Maybe there are some pieces laying around it, like other stone. Stone wears out, stone chips off. Nature check if one of you wants to just think about it.
Does any of you have any ways of removing a stone from other stone? Is that something that either one of you can do?
No.
I have my hammer.
And Jax, if you had to guess,
You do.
one, your hammer could probably break off stone as long as it's, not made out of something ridiculous that is unbreakable, which is highly unlikely. Also, with the nature check of that, you would think like, over time, I mean, if this place is crumbled, most likely there's pieces up there.
Some of it's been
I
worn
mean,
away.
also, you have
broken.
your hammer, and I pull out one of the pitons that I bought for an exorbitant amount of money, and it's like, we can always use this to maybe chisel some of it away,
That's now you're thinking.
make some of that money back.
Yes. Get our money's worth on these pitons.
Okay.
Don't think that's
so
possible,
We're going...
but
So we want to go up there and get some stone, which means we may have to face the skeleton. We've got this, guys. Let's
Let's
just go
do it.
pray, charge in,
Let's do it.
and maybe
I'm
what we
charging
can-
in now.
And if we can get the stone and then run, maybe we just run. If it seems like, whoa, this is getting crazy.
I mean, we can always run. I guess that's an option.
We can always run.
Yeah, running. That's not my strongest suit, but I'm okay at it. He like
Hey,
shoulders this big backpack and it's like. and
if
there's a
someone's
shield on
not
the
willing
back
to
there.
carry me out of here, then I gotta be able to run.
How
That's
fast is your turtle? Aren't they
faster
usually?
than I am?
Speed
Faster
turtle.
than I am. Surprisingly,
Yeah,
helps when you have unlimited energy inside you.
fair.
Let's do it.
All right, let's go. We
guess we're
mosey
gonna
back
go.
to the stairs, I guess, quietly.
Okay, yes,
quietly.
I would suggest that, probably. You would
Yeah.
think, like,
I'm
you
gonna try
should
to be
probably
quiet.
be as quiet as you could be. Just make sure.
Hey.
Nice with the nat 20.
She's
Ooh,
stealthy.
Lola got a 10.
Lola got a 10. Frey 13
Oh, wow.
and Jax with a 21. Still very, very good rolls, guys. I will say as a group, feeling all right. Lola's not being very loud. Just Lola's just staying on the base level and just walking, but just because the metallic feet, probably looking to maybe adhering some rubber to them,
some pads.
possibly
Yeah.
pads. You're thinking, you're like, oh, I never really thought of if we had to walk on worked stone floors.
Ding.
Anyway,
There better be a counter.
well, at least we know what the title of this episode is. That was easy.
Work stone.
Workstone.
Right
Worked
after
on
pocket
stone.
bacon. So yeah, you guys stealth your way over to Frey. I love
Not
the counter.
girthy but porous.
No, it was
Girthy but
girthy
porous.
and porous.
I mean, it's pretty good.
I was thinking about the two. He's like 2 stone veins coming up through the
yeah.
earth.
I was hesitant to say that. Anyway,
All right. It was family show. Family show.
yeah. Bullshit. So yeah, you guys get to the
Veiny
stairs,
floor.
and who's daring to go up the stairs first, or alone, or as a team? What are you guys doing?
Yes, I'm going up there.
All right.
I ready a firebolt if I
Um,
see the skeleton move.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm
Mhm,
gonna
mhm.
try. I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna try to.
I don't even see you. Where are you?
Oh, I don't. I have no idea. I let them
It's good.
go, and I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I walk out.
You guys turn around.
I'm
Frey's
gonna
gone.
I'm gonna use my last spell
Yeah.
slot to cast Mage Armor.
Okay, great. That brings
Nice.
you up to an AC of what now?
It's 13 plus my dexterity modifier, which is pretty good. Hold
Yeah,
on.
you're pretty dexterous, aren't you?
2.
So
So
15.
15.
That's good. That's good.
15
Very good.
from 12.
Nice.
Great.
Um,
Big
yeah, you
upgrade.
guys are all standing there waiting for Freya to come up, and he left. He's just walking back to town. Um, seems to be a pattern for him. No, he's going to be going up on the stairs. What he's going to try to do is very quietly, at least stand on top of where the Warhammer is. And if the skeleton doesn't seem to move at that point, then he's going to try to kick it off this, push it off the side of whatever's here. But he wants to at least get on top of it in case it tries to go and
Okay,
murder.
so you are so you're walking here, right? I'm gonna move you for the moment. Just don't worry about
Yeah,
it. So you're moving
please.
here. As you get here, you look at this really shiny, like almost black obsidian-like stone.
Hmm.
Um, so and it's definitely not like a rock that you've ever truly seen before. It has like a deep
Mm.
purplish hue to it almost. Um, and like the little bit of light from Jax's torch at the bottom is just kind of like reflecting through it, and you just see it's like this like clear, deep purplish
It's like a
rock.
clear. Okay, so really
Um,
like obsidian-y. Okay.
yeah, and you do see some pieces on the floor, like a decent sized chunk here and there, one or two, maybe three of them, um, and some minor shards here and there. Um,
Yeah.
and then you kind of get over here and you stand up, on top of.
I want to be.
If there are shards, that's all we need, right? Just grab the
But you don't
shards.
see him.
Could I have told
Yeah,
him this
I don't
before he
hear.
went up there?
No,
Looking
Nope.
for it.
I
Too
think
late.
we did talk about that.
We did
we
talk
did
about
talk
that.
about that. But
Frey.
Frey just walks over and kind of
Yep.
goes slightly out of sight of you guys, and
D&D.
starts walking over to the hammer. So what were you trying?
Okay.
You're trying to your mace or whatever. You're trying to stand on this mace.
I'm based not like standing on like surfboard. I'm like trying to make it so that I'm covering over it if he goes to grab it and pick it up. And if he does, I'm going to rage.
Okay, okay. So you're basically holding an action to rage if this thing moves.
If I can do that, since rage is a bonus action. That would be the thing I would do is I want to like.
Yeah, it's fine. I get the idea of it. It's fine to hold a bonus action as an action. I will allow that. That's fine. You're still
Okay.
burning a resource to some extent, and you're using an action
Yeah.
to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And interesting. All right. Right now it's quiet, guys. Jax is up there doing something.
Oh, okay.
Nothing happens up here. Okay, so then I'm going. If it doesn't move, I'm going to stay where I am,
So actually, now that you're
and I'm going.
now that you're right on top of it, roll me a perception check, as you're probably checking the
Sure.
thing out. I'm assuming.
I mean, it'd be hard not to from where I am.
15.
15.
You notice that the stone throne that this giant is sitting on does have like inlays of like these huge gold strips going up the back of the chair. Um,
Oh.
there's no defining features necessarily of like who or what created this.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean it's massive. I mean it's a throne for like a 40-foot tall giant. It's a massive chair that no normal person could ever sit in. And it's in pretty rough shape. Like one of the arms has fallen off. That's why the giant is like kind of like leaned over to a side.
Mm-hmm.
The other side is still up, and you see its massive hand. And where you're standing above or like around the giant mace, the hand itself probably extends to a little bit less than your height. And
Oh.
I mean, this thing, it's dead. It's imposing, but you also just saw some dead things moving out there about an hour ago,
Right.
or 2 hours ago. And you see that it's not wearing a helmet or anything, but it does have armor encasing like its chest, like it looks like a breastplate of sorts. But it's super rusted, worn out. It's like looks like it's barely hanging on, but it's like that's a big flippin' piece of metal.
I am going to standing here, give it a quarter of a second, make sure nothing twitches or moves, and then I'm going to cast message back to, I'll say Lennox because she's the closest, and say, it's not moving, but there are loose stones up here. If you can be quiet, maybe you can get some.
Okay. So I'll start making my way up to the stone. Oh, and I also have message, so I can message the same thing to Jax.
There you go.
Sweet. I start posting up on the stairs, like I go up a few of them.
Okay. Does Lola just chill down there for now?
Lola, follow me.
All right.
I'm gonna, if I start seeing the broken up onyx, I'll try and grab that.
Okay. Yeah. Roll like I mean, it's not like hard to see or anything, but like roll a survival check for trying to pick up what you think are good pieces of rock, because like the
Lola
shards.
geology.
Roll a geology check. 14. Yeah, and you instantly see one of these like kind of like larger hunks. Like for you, it would be like if you were holding a little large, smaller than like a bowling ball, but like larger than like a softball, like kind of in between that, right? But since you're a
Okay.
halfling, like for
Like
you,
a melon.
for a halfling, it's like a bowling ball almost. Yeah, it's like a cantaloupe sized piece of this like purplish dark stone. And you kind of have it in your hand, and like Jax walks up the stairs, and the light is kind of like flickering through it, and you can see like, oh, it's kind of clear. And you're holding it up, and you're like, oh, this is really pretty. And as you kind of hold up towards, you notice that the eyes of the giant start to kind of flicker, and like start to flicker on purple. And then Jax, as you see like this thing's just head like turns and looks down at you, just eyes of like purple flame. And I'm gonna need you guys all to roll initiative.
Good.
Okay.
It
So I'm going to
was
immediately.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
So
onyx.
you see, Frey, his skin starts to gray and he starts to grow larger, and just these pieces start to jut out of him. He turns into this large hulking rock monster,
Nice.
which I will put in now so that I can roll initiative with it.
Great.
Hell
Yeah, let's change up this.
And now he's kind of, that's why I wanted to be on top of it. So now he's kind of standing on top of the mace
Okay.
to see if it'll hinder it.
That's the ticket, kid.
Yeah.
Don't let him get his mace. Now he can only karate chop you
Nice.
with his giant hands.
Okay. Are we all in the initiative order now?
I think so, yeah.
See, so Jax
We
with
both
a
rolled
20,
12.
Frey with a 12, and Lennox with a 12. Who has higher
Yeah.
dexterity?
We both probably have pretty high dexterity.
I think so.
Mine is 16.
14.
All right, so Frey, I'll give you a 13.
Okay.
Nope, not 123.
Hey, first every time.
This music's a little too heroic.
I was digging it.
I felt like, oh, we're winning for sure.
Let's
Yeah, it
see
needs to be
now.
slightly
why
more
you changed it.
stressful.
And as the giant like looks down at you and you grow big as this like earth elemental, it just setting the scene. It starts to reach down towards the mace that you are on, but also you guys hear the clickety clack of bones in back of you as in the rubble you start to see a few skeletons pop up out of the ground layer.
All right, people.
Token
Okay,
layer.
Crow.
Alright.
Now's your chance.
This is your chance to shine, Crow.
And
Show them your power.
And Jax, as you're like walking up the stairs, like one from underneath the rubble of stairs like grabs your leg.
Oh no!
Oh,
Token layer. And Jax, it is your turn though. And you're like, oh god.
Well, can I get my readied bolt first and
Yes.
then take my turn?
Yes, you may.
Readied firebolt at the giant.
Yep.
Just opens his fist, boom, and then after he does, he draws his shield and his hammer. Where's my firebolt? There's my firebolt. Toom. A 19.
19 does hit.
Boom. Take 1 fire damage.
Oh,
Take 1
Nice.
fire.
buddy.
Hold on, I'm just moving a token because roll 20 stuff.
Roll 20 stuff.
You hit it right in the eye, and now it has a
No,
flaming
that's
eye,
fine.
and it's more powerful.
It's even
You.
stronger.
Players, you. Control C, Control V, yes. Okay. 1 damage?
1
Oh,
whole
I didn't
fire
even. I didn't.
damage.
Also, hold on. 1 sec. Sorry. Ugh.
I think we're done here.
Yeah.
Let's
dead.
get out of here.
Nailed it.
Hold on.
Holy
I have to.
right
I have to
up.
reset some things. You. Boom.
For anyone
Got
watching at
one
home,
back.
the work stone counter is now at 8, so good luck.
So if you're on that work stone
And
train,
Godspeed.
get ready.
Oh,
Because I just
crap.
said it 3 more times.
I think it's only Mac.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, only Matt. You can say that if you want.
My rewatch of this episode is going to be fantastic.
Joe, I think I
It's
took
into
you out of
intelligence.
initiative by accident. Can you please just
You
add
did.
yourself again? You had 13.
Don't think
Sorry, I just
can.
tokens and map layer. Oh my god! When you think you have everything set up
Things.
and you hit the
Here,
wrong,
okay.
all the wrong buttons.
I can. Bloop. That's unfortunate. 13.
There we go.
Okay.
Excellent. All right, now we're ready to go. Jax, firebolt, 1 damage.
Yep. And then I'm
Now it's your
going
turn.
to use the rest of my bonus action and Lola's action for Lola to use their Fortify field again.
Go for it.
That is going to be Lola's whole turn. Can't do anything else.
Okay. Okay.
And that is it. And then Lola will just move, I guess. Where was Lola? Here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess just move here. That's fine.
Okay. And now
That's rolled.
you can use your actual turn because the firebolt was just a ready
So
action.
that was a turn. To do that was my bonus action and an action.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Great.
So it's done.
All right, awesome. And here we go on to the giant skeleton's turn. I will say that it needs to, because you're like standing on the weapon, it does need to make a strength check just to be able to pick it up.
Okay.
And what's your spell DC?
My spell DC?
Yeah, based off
That's
strength.
a great
It
question.
would be based off strength. For
based
you.
off strength. My spell DC based off strength would be 14.
Okay. Rolls a 22, and it kind of just grabs it and
Well-
just like picks you up. You don't. Now I'll say this: you don't like get pushed. I mean, you're also large. Also, sorry, but he should be about that size. There we go.
Oh, great.
Well, I mean, he's about 40.
Just
He's like 40 feet tall.
Became huge.
Yeah, he's been massive. But like, and you kind of
Running is an option.
you kind of just get pushed back 5 feet, like you don't fall or anything, but just like this is it's like a 15-foot mace it picks up, and now this mace, once it holds it up and with the light you can see it, like it's a massive shaft. But the head of the mace is like a 4-bladed, like circular fancy pattern around just like this massive piece of metal, and it's going
Great.
to strike at you for now because you're the closest thing to it, and it's going to take 2 attacks, a 21 and a 22.
Yeah.
And the first hit you see as it swings down, its eyes flare purple, and then the mace flares purple, and it smashes into you. And you will take. Let's see.
I think we gotta run, team, and cause another cave-in.
You take.
Let's smash these ruins.
You
Truly.
take 11 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And 10 necrotic damage.
Ooh, okay.
Oh,
So
that's
11 bludgeoning
dirty.
down to 5.
Yeah.
And then 10 necrotic.
10 necrotic damage.
That's
Okay,
dirty.
so that's 4, and then. Okay.
And the second hit was the not shiny purple one or shadowy purple attack was 10 bludgeoning damage reduced down to 5.
Okay.
That is its turn, except it's going to just casually walk over here, and then it kind of looks down at the group of Jax, Lola, and Lennox. That is its turn, and now it is on to the skeleton's turns. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30.
Does it go? Is it on a 13?
Huh?
It's before me.
They are before you. Yes, they are faster.
Okay.
The skeletons, of course, are faster.
They both rolled 14 initiatives.
They're the skitter skeletons.
Yeah.
Ah,
Good
okay.
skeleton.
No, so the three behind you are the same like size, like 8 and 9
Oh,
foot
and Frey hasn't
skeletons.
even gone yet.
And now
That was just a reaction.
it is Frey's turn.
All right. So Frey didn't like that a whole lot. He's gonna run up here, kind of crushing some of the rubble in the way. And right now he has his staff, and he's gonna ting, hit it on the ground, and it's gonna fan out into this giant. Almost looks like a hammer, but it's got enough of an edge to it to look like a blade still. Just gonna attack this thing. Oh, 11. I'm assuming that does not hit.
You crash the axe into this like giant breastplate it has, and it just deflects right off of it. Just not enough heft into it to pierce the metal.
All right. That's me.
All right, Lennox, your turn.
Okay, Lennox is gonna say, "Do we think we should run?" I need a nod, yes or no, gentlemen.
We can try. We can
Do I
certainly
fight
try.
or run?
What
There's
would,
a bunch of guys.
if they're like you see a stone elemental trying like hit this giant skeleton in the chest plate, and like nothing really happens. You see Jax down below
think running
and you
is
see a
a
skeleton
great
grasping it.
option.
So what does Lennox do?
Lennox is gonna. Okay, so
I've got little legs.
she's gonna use her movement one. I'd like to jump this thing. We said we're not counting jumping as a bonus action. It's just a movement, right?
Well, yeah. So if you want to try to jump and get a little extra distance from it, I would say just roll me like an acrobatics check as
It's
you're
not
jumping.
distance.
off
It's
of
just
the
that
thing.
it's. You said that it was. So I think I have to jump over this.
Which
right?
way
I
are
can't
you
just
going?
because he's. You know what? Lennox can move through people's spaces. It doesn't
Also
matter.
true.
She's tiny. She's nimble. Okay, so
Oh, but you're still okay. But you're still technically leaving the range of. Wait, you were up
Of
here.
what?
You were up here, right?
I was up here. Yeah.
He's behind me. Yeah.
Okay,
like
so
down here.
you dipped around. Okay, never mind. So you avoided the skeleton. Is what you're trying to do, right?
Yes.
Mm.
I'm trying. I'm getting out. 5, 10,
Okay.
15, 20. I can go 30. I'm just gonna go here.
You can reach there. You could technically reach about one more space, I think, if you went around the skeleton a certain way, and you still avoid being hit and all that.
And then how much if I take a dash action?
You
How
double your move.
much
So
for
you get 30 more feet.
Okay. So where would that put me?
Oh God. 5, 10, 15.
Like over here.
You can get to like here, or you can get to there. Yeah, where you. Yep. Either side of that other skeleton, depending on which way you want to try to get around it.
Okay, I'll do the other because that's a wall. Okay, so over here.
Yeah.
Is that
You
you were
can
saying?
make it up to there.
Okay, she's over here and she literally looks back and she goes, "Boys, we got to get out of here."
And you still
What?
you
He's
still
like,
have
Lennox!
you still have in your hand a good sized chunk of this
Yes!
stone too.
Oh, I got the thing we came for. And now we gotta go. We gotta go.
All right, that's Lennox's turn. Jax, it is your turn.
I guess I will disengage.
I'm gonna have some trouble.
What's up? You're gonna have some trouble.
No, nothing. It's your turn. Go.
Right from this side of the chamber until you guys get over here, but then we gotta go. Get out.
Okay. I'm gonna disengage and move. 5, 10, 15. Lola's as an action will fortify Frey.
Oh, hey.
6 temp HP. Did you remember
Take
you had
it.
temp HP from before?
I did.
That guy
It's gone.
just smashed it. All right, and then
Mm,
Lola's
He
gonna
totally
move.
smashed it.
And take an attack of opportunity, I guess, from the guy that's next to Lola.
Okay, yep. Skeleton will take a swipe.
Yep.
Does no. Okay, that's a hit. Lola gets out the great sword, the pickaxe, like kind of just shring right off the back of the shells. Lola's like, just gets out. All right.
Actually, you know what?
Huh?
You know what? Why does he can take a swipe at me too, so I can actually have an action instead of disengaging.
Okay, sure. I'll allow that.
He can actually take a
He'll
swing
take a swipe
me
at you
because-
first, because
yeah.
he wouldn't have swiped at Lola.
Oh, that's fine. That's
a
fine.
17.
That misses. That's why I
Ooh.
was like, let him try to swing. He's not. I got a 19 AC right now.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
And I will
Tanky.
I will throw my hammer against, I guess, at the guy that's up by Lennox.
Awesome. Go for it.
Shoot. Yeah, I figured he couldn't hit me anyway, or it would have been tough for him. 15.
15 does hit.
Sweet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Take 9 bludgeoning damage.
Good hit.
skeleton
Good
fool.
hit. Great. That brings that thing down to that much. Okay. Great job. You guys are like, get out of here. Oh, but now it's the skeleton's turn. This thing's just
Yep,
gonna
I
take
assume.
2 normal attacks at you, Bray, because you're there.
I'm here.
23
Yep.
and a 17.
Yep.
Goo! 14 bludgeoning damage is the first hit, reduced down to 7.
Okay.
15 bludgeoning damage is the next hit, reduced down to 7.
Bloody.
You guys just see as this thing like and just Frey, like pieces of rock are getting ripped from Frey's body. Yep. Regular skeleton's turn. This one goes for, well, this one got hit by a hammer, so it's actually gonna go for Jax. This one's gonna go for Jax. That one only gets there. This one goes there because there's some rock in the way, and they're just gonna take 2 attacks against Jax.
That makes sense.
A 7 ain't gonna hit, and a 15 ain't gonna hit. That's just oh god. Just, yep, just blocking and parrying where you can. Frey, it is your turn.
All right. So Frey sees them running. He is going to disengage.
Okay.
But question: if I run and jump like along this stone wall here,
Mhm.
any chance that I could like crush it down to make it difficult terrain for this big thing? Put rocks in the way. Feel free to say no. But-
I'll say this: you think he would be too tall for it to not really matter?
Wouldn't matter anyway. Got it. Okay. I'm gonna disengage. Well, I ignore it as well. So 5,
You are just throwing out there. You are a big
15.
rock,
20.
and like you could be a boulder.
To like knock stuff down, you mean? Or-
Maybe,
Or to
We'll
knock
need that.
people down,
Want to
maybe,
get into a hallway?
Indiana Jones style.
maybe.
Wait, where is there a pillar still?
No, I'm talking
No,
about
not a
I
pillar.
watched
All the
that thing
skeletons. You could like
surrounding your
roll.
friends.
You could like roll
Oh.
through them.
Like just.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna keep that in my back pocket. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, so I'm gonna actually land here, and yeah, I'm gonna kind of just roll into them and see what happens.
Okay. Roll me an athletics check for me.
Okay. And I'm raging.
Yes, at advantage, big time. 15. All right. So what happens is you kind of like, so you disengage, but then like you run towards your friends. You see these two skeletons right in front of Jax, and you just kind of go.
Mhm.
You tuck and roll a little bit, and you just kind of.
Mhm.
You do get to move an extra 15 feet because of your roll, but also each skeleton will have to make a dexterity saving throw or be knocked prone. They won't take damage.
Okay.
But they fail
I'll take it.
miserably. So both these skeletons actually get knocked prone as Jax.
15.
You're sitting there defending yourself, and then you see, and both the skeletons are just on the floor now, and they're like just starting to try to peel themselves off. Yeah, I'm down for that.
He just lets out a roar.
It's just gravelly roar. It sounds like boulders being smashed together. Where's our there? Oh, that's no, there it is. Oh, my back hurts. That means you're.
Yeah.
There you go.
If you want, we can say that it's my bonus action because I.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of that's fine. I'm fine with something in this particular situation. Yeah. You are running for your life, and you are I don't even know how much you weigh at this point. You are literally made of boulders. So Frey, that's your
big
turn.
old rock.
Lennox, you see as Frey just stops right in front of you and starts standing up, and this like 15-foot-ish tall rock elements in front of you and crush two skeletons.
When I yell, I look down at Lennox when I yell, just screaming in your face.
Convenient. And then I'm gonna crossbow the furthest one, the prone, but the furthest prone from me.
So if you are shooting a range attack at prone, it's disadvantage.
Then I'm gonna dash and get out of
Okay.
here.
I'm going to.
Well, I was gonna true strike it, so technically it would even it out.
Oh,
but it's
yeah, it
okay.
would.
I feel like we gotta get out of here. And Jax is looking pretty safe now, so I think he can get out of there himself. Yeah, I'm gonna 30 and then another 30, so 30.
Lennox is just ow.
Oh yeah, she said we got what we came for. Good day. Let's go. Well,
Awesome.
yeah. Okay, that's it.
Amazing. Jax, your turn.
Okay. I'll have. Let's see. Lola will shock pulse the one that I hit with my hammer, which is I'm assuming the guy that's on top.
Yep, that one. The one that's between you and him.
Advantage. 25.
And a hit. Yep.
Yeah, that was advantage.
Oh, okay.
Takes 7 lightning.
Amazing. Okay. Not looking good. It's prone and it's also just like being shot.
I will strike the same dude with my hammer. Natural 20.
Roll
just
that damage
leans down
dice.
and just slams it right in that thing's
And
face.
honestly, you don't even have good hit, and you smash a thing, and you can tell it's not getting back up.
Woohoo! And then I start moving.
The one tries to kind of tries to attack at you, but obviously it's prone, so it's at disadvantage.
Yep, go ahead.
No, 11. 11 is low. So it misses as it tries to reach out.
All right, that is my turn.
And it is the skeleton giant's turn. It gets to about there, and Frake's kind of looking back, right? You're waiting for something just to come and nail you at this point.
Yes,
And
I am.
It just like stops there, it tries to move, and just it can't move any further. So it just stands there, and it kind of points the mace out, and its eyes flare, and you see the other skeletons. This one stands up. No more broken back. 5, 10, 15, 10, 20. And there are all 3 of these skeletons are just going to take attacks at you. A 22.
Yep.
Yep. 22 and a 12.
Yep. No.
You take 10 slashing damage from the first and 8 slashing damage from the second, reduced down to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 slashing
Oh.
damage.
I'm gonna have to carry him
Yep.
out of here, and he's a rock. Oh. Okay.
And
All right.
the giant skeleton just stands there and its mouth opens up, and like you can see the purple sort of like glow and fire from its face, and like if it had facial features, it looks pissed.
Are you still up, Frey?
Yeah.
All right. Let's who's next right now? It is Frey's turn.
I kind of yell. It looks stuck. It looks stuck.
Oh.
And I'm just gonna swing my axe at some of these guys in front of me.
Awesome. There is wait, hold on before you choose, right? Because
Thank you.
one of these. Oh no, these ones are all fresh. Nick killed the other one.
Great. I'll go down. I'll start with the topmost one, I guess.
Sure. Nope.
Oh, an 8. Oh.
Yeah, no,
Frey's
you're just
not
feeling,
doing great.
You're feeling pain. Like they can't
Mhm.
really see it because you're a rock and you don't have any emotion right now. But on the inside, you're like, why?
hurting. Yeah. I think that's all I got.
All right. You're staying there?
Yeah. I mean, if I move, I'm gonna get 3 attacks of opportunity.
All right. Lennox, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna come back because I got his little message.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to cast, let's see, Acid Splash is a 5-foot radius, and then all the creatures within that 5 feet. So can I choose to get these two next to him? Beep boop.
So how's that? It's like so
I shoot it to the middle.
Oh, if you do it
And
here,
link the
right?
spell.
Yeah, like right. I can't. Can I ping?
You can
Right
put it wherever
between
you
them.
You
want.
can put it wherever you want.
You can put
Yeah.
it wherever you want.
Yeah.
I
So
think
I want to
that's
do
fine.
it between them so that I get both.
Yep.
I'm fine
It
with
says
that.
you can point. It explodes at a point you choose.
Okay, yeah, totally fine with
So
that.
it doesn't even have to be a person.
So it is. I think they dexterity saving throw.
Oh god, okay. I rolled a 16 and a 14, unfortunately.
Okay, so then I think they both save and
Yeah.
nothing happens.
All right. Anything else from Lennox?
Okay. That's it.
Oh boy.
I tried.
Jax.
I'm like, I see Lennox come back and do her thing, and then I'm like, Lola, we got to go back in. And I'm gonna move 5, 10. And as I'm moving, I reach behind my shield. I put my hammer away as I'm walking, and I grab something behind my shield. It's like a little silver disc. I chuck it over Frey's head, and it opens up and explodes, and it makes like a pink dust comes down, and it starts to gather on the skeletons. They have to make a dexterity saving throw from my fairy fire.
Okay. All 3 of them?
All 3 of them.
Okay.
Cool.
Nice.
A 17, an 18,
That one makes it.
and a
one
natural
makes it.
20.
Okay, it does
Skeleton boy.
nothing.
My lord.
Sounds good.
This is
He's
hilarious.
It's still
Skeletons.
there.
It's so
Does it do anything else
stupid.
still there? It just makes light there, I guess. I
Yeah.
guess it does. It doesn't do anything else. All right. Well,
There
that was
is
my
Lola.
action. Lola will move
Okay.
up to here, and her action will be to fortify Frey.
Excellent.
6 HP. 6 temp HP.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
Awesome. Some music right now. Okay. It is now the skeleton's turn, and again you see the giant just stands there and is
Wow.
just glowing purple flame in its skull. And these little skeletons, now that they have, I say little, now they have another target. One of them will strike out at you, Jax. and rolls a 18.
That misses.
Okay, and 2 attacks
Yep.
against Frey. 2 natural ones in a row. Frey, you are safe again.
Ah,
Stunning.
I feel the
One more
aura.
turn. One more turn.
How close are
I'll
you?
take it.
Frey, it's your turn.
Bringing down that axe again.
Okay.
23.
does hit.
18 damage.
Okay, that's
Max roll.
this one is one hit and it is not looking good. Like it's shattered off, probably shattered off one of its arms and scapula and rib cage, and like half of it's missing.
Nice. Cleave. 20.
Hits.
For that -4, so 13 damage.
Okay. Yep, that's still a good hit, and this one is also bloody. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Is that it for Frey?
Mhm.
Lennox.
That's it for Prey.
Yeah, okay, I'll true strike crossbow at the one that's not bloodied yet, just to see if we can get them all down to one hit. Left.
Oh yeah.
23.
Goo.
Yeah.
Goo.
Killing it.
Guess what? You brought it to
Powerful.
perfectly half.
Yay.
Good shot.
Cool.
Anything else from Lennox?
Thanks.
Big hit.
Yeah, I'll get into the safety cone.
Ooh, nice.
Thanks, that's it.
Jack, your turn.
Hammer time, baby, on this guy who's in my face.
Go for it.
Actually, you know what? Screw that. I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire again. So they have to
Okay.
make another Dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Go. I can't. I mean, a 16, a 5,
One misses. Okay, great.
and a natural 1.
Okay, so 2 of them missed.
So these
All right.
2, I will say, are the bottom 2. I'll say are
Okay,
fairy fired.
so we have advantage on the bottom 2.
Yeah. Let's
Perfect.
see.
That's something at
Is it
least.
like a
And then Lola.
Sparkle looking thing.
Sure,
they're
they got a little. They
shiny.
got a little. This sparkly stuff on them. That's
So we have
illuminating
advantage
You
them.
have
on
advantage
them?
on attacks against them.
Advantage
Yeah.
on them.
Mhm.
And then Lola will attack. We're gonna say Frey blocks line of sight, right? His giant form.
No. I mean, players and monsters don't necessarily usually block line of sight, right? It's not a rule for that.
All right.
He has,
then
he
I'll
has-
shoot
he
one of the
has-
guys. that I
in
haven't-
this form, in this particular form, he has legs, and Lola's short. She can see right through his legs.
Sounds great. I love that. Oh, a 10's gonna miss.
It's gonna miss,
I would assume.
unfortunately.
Okie dokie, that's my turn.
All right, big old skeleton again. It's just standing there menacingly, and you see as it just smashes the mace on the ground, and you can all feel the vibration through the stone floor. It's just wailing on the ground, and you start to feel the room around you, the whole thing kind of shake, and you see like
Oh,
as
great.
like rocks are starting to kind of fall from the ceiling. These,
don't like that.
these
Remember
three
the exit
skeletons,
plan?
one will attack
Yes.
Jax. 23 hit you, Jax?
That does hit me.
All right, you take 6 slashing damage.
All right. Well, I had some temporary hit points.
And
So.
Frey, does a 19 hit you?
Yes.
12 does not.
No.
Take 11 slashing damage, reduced down to 5.
10 hit point.
All right,
Oh, yeah.
Frey, your turn. You're still surrounded by
Prey.
3 dudes and 3
You got
skeletons,
this,
and 2 of them
Frey.
are really shiny.
Yeah. He's gonna look at the shiny ones, and he knows what's going on there. He's gonna swing at
Mhm.
kind of the most right one first.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
25.
Yep.
Double 25s.
17 damage.
Just gets obliterated.
Yes.
And then the next one,
Cleave
natural 20.
time.
Don't even
Oh,
bother.
yes.
Roll damage just for funsies.
So 16 damage on that one.
You actually just take the axe and just right through both of them. Bones scatter across the wall. One of them goes towards the bone giant and hits its skull, and it's like, yeah. Anything else from Frey?
He's just gonna turn towards the last one, but that's all he's got.
Lennox, your turn. As you saw, Frey just annihilated two skeletons right in front of him.
I did. I'm gonna true strike, crossbow. That last one. Does an 18 hit?
An 18 does hit.
9.
9 radiant damage, and you see like this Frey, you kind of turn to him and you just see this bolt hit, but due to the chaotic nature of how her magic works, like it starts to like try to pull the thing out, then it starts glowing yellow, and just like the skeleton, the skull kind of just like splits apart into a bunch of pieces, and then the body just kind of tumbles to the ground.
Yeah.
She takes off. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Says, okay, let's go.
Jack's your turn.
I'm like, Frey, let's move. And then I also do the same thing. 5, 10, 15, 20. I double move. Lola's gonna do the same thing. Lola's like in the hallway,
Awesome.
getting into the hallway.
All right.
That's my turn.
It is the giant's turn, and as you two kind of have gone around the kind of corner and down the steps, you kind of look back and you can see just now, like from like the chest up of the scale of this giant. But Frey, you can still see this thing in full form, and it just takes its mace and just lifts it above its head and just smashes it into the ground. I will need Lennox and Jack to make dexterity saving throws as some rubble starts to fall from the ceiling and coming straight down toward you.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Sorry, I rolled with advantage. A 12.
Okay.
And
Just say you both take the same amount of damage. Trying to see if you both do take as you kind of you tuck out of the way. You don't get crushed, but some of the rocks fall on you, and you take 9 bludgeoning damage each.
Oof.
I mean, these are like
Okay.
hefty rocks. Like these are, and like it hits you in the shoulder, and you kind of like you can start rolling into it.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, Frey, your turn.
Frey lets out a roar and he picks up a rock and just hucks it at this thing.
Okay, roll an attack roll.
So you're doing the elemental form attack. Not advantage. 23.
Still 23 hits.
what I've done to my face out of stress.
7 bludgeoning damage.
All right.
Or I'm sorry, force damage. Technically.
Yep, force damage. That brings
force
it down
damage.
to
Whoa.
let's see, 5, 6, 7. That's that much. Yeah, and you chuck this rock, and you see like it hits it in the shoulder, and like, dude, it just stares at you and turns back.
That's fine. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm gonna move to here. 30.
Awesome. Lennox, your turn.
Dash.
Okay.
Double movement. Okay.
All right. Jax.
Same thing. Moving through the hallway.
Oh, that's our tripwire point.
Mm-hmm.
Just to
All right. Giant's turn.
Come on, Frey.
And still smashing the ground. Frey, this place is starting to seem a lot more unstable than it was before. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
All right. Oh, what? Okay. I hit the wrong button.
Oh.
13.
A 13 just makes it as this huge rock starts falling towards you, just like you tuck and roll a little bit.
Catches it.
Yeah, okay, fine. You catch it, and then you're just like right off to the side, and you can just now. What do you do? Your turn.
I wanted to make sure they were all out first. Kind of why I threw the rock to begin with, but hold on. I'm just out of range. Okay, I'm not gonna throw another rock. I'm just gonna move up into here and kind of block the entrance.
Okay.
Make sure that. Yeah.
You guys hear in the distance as the thing just kind of keeps like sort of hitting the ground, and then like you hear the rocks falling from the ceiling, and then a quick moment later, kind of the sound sort of settles, and you guys are just booking it for out of here. I will say, just for the ease of this, roll some acrobatic check as you're still running for your lives outside of this. Through this tunnel of pokiness.
Acrobatics.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably just
Oh,
in
not an
advantage
advantage,
mode.
but yeah, I have it on accident.
All right, no
It's
problem.
that. So it's an 8 plus 1 for that.
rolled
yeah,
an 8.
Lennox is like, yay! And then Jax, you're running through, and you're just like, what is this? And like you kind of you catch one of the things, and the spikes come and kind of start to close in on you. You take 6 piercing damage. It could have been worse.
Howie, I am bloodied.
And
God.
like this, one of the huge spears just catches you right in like the back fat area. Oh, as you just make it through. And then Frey, as you're right behind him, you see it like, and you avoid the stone that he steps on, and all of you do end up, just for sake of brevity, running out here, and you kind of get to this area,
Nice.
and the sounds of the mace smashing the ground stop. The sound of rocks clattering to the ground stop, and it gets kind of quiet again, except for just like some of the settling still, and don't seem like anything's chasing you, at least anymore. And Lennox, you look down, and in your hands you still hold a rather large chunk of this black purplish stone.
I'm gonna hand it to Jax and just
Whoa.
say,
Ray just falls on his ass. Sorry, go ahead.
"Nope." For do you mind carrying this for us?
Oh no, I can. He drops his pack really quick and like starts finding room for this big like melon-sized obsidian stone, purple stone. He's like shoving it in there like. He's like, Frey, come here, and I do another healer's kit on Frey, really quick, and one on myself.
All right.
Because I'm hurt.
And it's a hit dice, right?
Roll a hit die. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, you gentlemen don't look
Nice.
so good. If only. I hope I don't have to carry you out of here.
That's good. That's
Fine.
really good.
That being said, I do think we all could use a rest.
I
Yeah,
think we should just get a little
fair.
farther away from this place, maybe, or I don't know.
Are
Maybe
we
back in the big room. If
leaving?
we go towards the tent area. What? No.
Okay, we can go back, and I think there was maybe an alcove or something we can rest in down there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we should keep exploring. We got the onyx, but there's got to be other stuff going on down here, and I'm sure that your F would want to know about it. That was just one room.
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
I mean, nobody knows about this place. It seems like it's kind of dangerous. It's not that far from town. I feel like knowing more about it's probably a good idea.
Couple day travel.
And if there's
just so you
anything
know.
here that could, yeah.
Why are you looking at us like that, Mac?
No, I'm just saying.
The knowing looks.
Yeah, I
I'm,
feel like we could go back into that opener space.
I mean, there was definitely something rumbling farther in. I don't know if that's something we want to try to take care of. We didn't do so well at taking care of this other thing. So
No, I'm down to take care of. I just am not down to take care of it right now. In 8 hours?
Let me see it face to
You're like,
face. I'll
give
show
me
'em
this
who's
sleep,
boss.
and I'm gonna be whooping ass.
I need
But
a
I need
nap.
some sleep.
I mean, we did take out a number of its
Jesus.
skeleton minion, whatever. So
In Riverton,
maybe it'll
Well-
we
be.
have siestas. I'm used to my daily siesta. I did not get one.
You have like a small
So-
glass
I
thimble of wine. Take
believe
a
you.
3-hour nap.
How many naps do you take
DM
in a day?
3. You have to have one
Right.
after each meal.
Of course.
That's how digestion works, Frey.
So the giant can't get through this
School's really
opening,
paying
right?
off.
No, it looked like the giant was
The
stuck to
opening
where he
that
was.
you guys have shimmied your way back out of, the original hall, you do feel like that it probably could walk through this hall, like size-wise. Like it would be like just fitting in this hall. Maybe it was
So it'd have
designed
to
that
be able
way.
to get off the
But where you
stage.
guys are, because this huge rock seemingly probably fell from the ceiling and kind of covered up some of it, and you also had to pull out rocks, right, to even climb in yourselves, it probably can't fit through that.
That's what I meant. Like
Yes,
this
yes.
doorway, it probably wouldn't fit
Beep.
through. Okay, so I feel a
I mean-
little safer about that.
Yeah.
Also, it looked like it was stuck.
that's a
Couldn't go
great
much
thing.
farther than a certain point.
Yeah. We could go north if you want to see more of the cave. I feel very secure in what we found. This massive piece of this valuable stone.
Okay.
But we can map it out for safety's sake. For
I
the
mean, I
people.
think it
I
might
mean-
just be good to know what's going on here. Once again though, I don't think we should do it right now. I just think that if we take a
Well, I will
nap-
say, if we go back, I know there was part of an area before that we ignored because of the rumbling, but I think the rumbling's farther on, so we can probably be safe to at least
All right.
go back and check that whole area.
Go back to the tents and take a
Possibly.
long rest.
and he's saying
I
he wants to
mean-
walk that little part of the hallway that we didn't walk before.
Sure.
To the south where we came in.
Yep, I'm good with
Let's
that.
check it. Let's check it out.
Sounds
Wow.
At
good.
least take a look, I guess.
I was,
Yeah.
So I'm
gonna assume
gonna-
I lost my torch in all that madness. I relight a torch.
Yeah. With
gonna-
running, the torch is just in that room somewhere. You guys ran for your lives.
gone, yeah.
You know, it was just
I
it was
use
just
another
dim
torch.
enough to sort of see where. That's realistically why you got hit by the spear, because you were just like, I can't see. It's dark in here now. I'm running.
Mhm.
But anyway,
Gonna
you-
maintain my rage while I can.
Okay. And you guys make your way back
Again,
into the original cave area, the larger area that you've started to explore, and you start to explore the rest of this, and you know you guys are careful, especially after what you've just been through. You don't
Mhm.
see any signs of any more traps or interesting things. You see that pillar that you originally saw, and now that you're closer to it, you can see that it's like another one of those like 60-ish foot pillars that have crumbled to the ground. And yeah, and it's just another little open area, and eventually you get to a place where like, oh, I think the tent was over in this direction. That's what you see.
all right.
So basically, this room was you know, again, ceiling here is anywhere between 60-80 feet tall. But this isn't like a ruins necessarily. This is more like a giant cave. And just in the center of this rounded out area that you've walked through now, you just like there's just stone. So you just know that it's just
Cool.
like one big circle around.
Yeah. I vote we set up camp.
Make camp in the big cave.
I mean, somebody
Sounds
camped
great.
here, right?
We will be more successful than them.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
We hope. Well, are we gonna have people on watch?
Of
Oh,
course we will.
absolutely.
So it's you know, I'll say with everything that's happened and the traveling here and of course fighting and you guys did take a short rest at one point too, correct? Yeah, I would say
Yeah, a little good it did us.
yeah, it's
sure.
like 5-6 o'clock if you had to take a guess of what time at night it is, you know, and it's probably like the sun is probably setting on the outside if you had to guess, you know, around there somewhere. So yeah, you guys can try to set up a camp or something. What do you guys do?
Sure. Just a makeshift
Okay,
camp
yeah.
with bedrolls and a small fire.
Yeah, sure. Roll me a little survival check as you make a fire. See how there's not really a lot of. There's some materials actually you probably could use. A really messed up tent there even. I'll be burned.
Light that tent on fire. Oops. Sorry.
No
I'm
problem.
just
16's
thinking,
easy enough. Yeah, you fashion together. You take out some of your materials, and you rip off. Maybe you take a knife and cut off ribbons of the old tattered tents to use as like a kindling. You and Lola have no problem starting a fire.
Nice.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna kind of be up here more sentry while you guys are setting up. And as I'm raging, I have in the earth elemental form, I have tremor sense, so I'm gonna kind of be focusing on that a bit too.
Yeah,
See if anything's rumbling or moving.
as you're focusing on it, I'll say that it kind of gives you, not in the terms of game terms, but an advantage of even if things are in the distance, right? Because you already felt and kind of heard small rumbles, but now you can kind of feel them more, and you get the sense of like there's two separate rumbles, but they're coming from that same direction still, and they're very faint even to you, but they're not really in your vicinity necessarily.
Okay, just say to them. It seems like there's maybe two things, not one. Something moving. Couple things moving pretty heavily.
Okay. Great.
Yeah. Tents.
Sure.
I'm gonna move back and help with the tents a bit.
Right, while you have tremor sense, roll me a nature check.
Oh boy. 11.
Yeah, you just know that it's coming from a certain direction, and you do get the sense of like there's two separate sources of this
Some
rumbling.
things, yeah. Okay.
All right.
I'll use that. Yeah, so if we are sitting and gonna be resting, one thing I would like to do is to resummon Dare.
All right. How long does that take? How do you do that?
It's a ritual. It's an hour plus 10 minutes.
Sure.
I think it's 1 hour plus the ritual cast time, which is 10 minutes. So I am going to pull out my book and sit with it. Of course, waiting until everything's done and help setting up everything, so they're not just doing it on their own.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, you guys work together. You set up your little camp, some bedrolls. You got the fire going. Maybe somebody's kind of cooking up something with the rations, or if Lennox is pulling out pocket bacon.
Yeah, I'm definitely cooking dinner.
From
I'm in
4
charge
days
of
ago.
meals.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have Lola patrolling like around us.
It's actually bacon jerky that we make at home.
Nice. All right, and then you start your little ritual of bringing Dare back.
Yeah, and kind of
to reality.
again. And I'd say Lennox, watching him do this ritual, it does feel kind of familiar, the things you may have seen before. Like maybe it seems like the way he does it and the ways that he's kind of laying things out and kind of going through the ritual and emotions do feel similar to what people at your school would have done. You've seen people do it in a very similar kind of way.
Ah, I've seen that before. You didn't happen to go to, you went to school, right?
And just looks at you.
Me too. Rough experience for me as well. Okay, so I get it. You can talk about it when you're ready. Well, food's ready. Bunch
Awesome.
of chili.
Yeah, okay, nice. Yeah, Lennox makes you guys a nice bowl of chili, basically. And nice, kind of warms you up and makes you feel a little better. But you're still in a dark cave next to a fire with, not that far away from a giant skeleton that exists. But
Yep.
this is as comfortable as
Scary
you guys
stuff.
think you're gonna get. So who wants to take the first watch?
I think I probably should.
All right,
I'm
Lennox.
the only one that didn't get hit, so I have the most.
I mean,
hit
I'm
points.
I'm okay. If you'd like me to, it's up to you. But
No, it's okay. I think
I'll say
Lennox will
the
take the first one.
kind of Frey eats his chili then and goes to bed. He goes, no notes in the chili. Pretty good. And goes to bed.
I used cheese this time.
Yes.
I noticed.
Jeez.
Awesome. All right.
The cheese.
So Jax and Frey try to get some rest. Lennox, you stay on watch with the fire going, and Lola's kind of just marching around in a little perimeter, kind of going back and forth from like kind of like from here, and then goes over here, and then it kind of hops down, takes a look down the tunnel, and then kind of comes back and just does that for your 2 hours. I would like for you. Do you do anything during
Dara's
your
here too.
watch? And Dara's here too. And a little fire
There is
elemental.
little flame again. Just kind of making some light for you.
Do you want to do anything during your watch, or just?
I want to add a bunch of detail to the map so that the map that I end up with looks closer to the map that you've created here.
Would say
And then
that's no problem.
yeah, and then I'll also add the little symbols that Jax found to the bottom corner. It's just like a reminder of like, this is the language spoken here, or like, because that's how she perceives it. And then that's it.
Awesome. Do roll me a perception check for the watch.
9.
You probably put a little bit not too much effort, but you were definitely more absorbed with writing down, drawing your map and your symbols and stuff. But you don't notice anything else happening around you. Just the stomp noises of a robot tortoise. And you think, okay, you know what? This was fun. I'm going to bed now.
Yeah, right.
Who do you wake up?
And then I wake up.
At one
Whoever's
point,
next, probably Frey.
Dare kind of comes up and like cuddles into you a little bit.
Oh, Dare. Hi, Dare.
And you notice he's warm, but he doesn't burn you necessarily. It's just like a very hot, but not necessarily unpleasant.
I'm sorry that I sassily blew you out the other day. I didn't realize you're kind of a living being, and that's probably disrespectful. I won't do it again.
He kind of like puffs up for a second. And...
Awesome.
I feel like me and Dare start playing a game because I can make little like candlestick lights, like they're very tiny. So I just kind of like, they can't do anything. They're just little flames. I shoot them so that he can like grab it and add it to his flame. So we're playing like
he jumps and like eats them. Yeah.
Yeah. Cute. And then I'll wake Frey up.
Nice.
And Frey gets up and Dare, what the hell are you doing? Go, come on.
All right.
Get some sleep.
So what would you like to do on your watch? Do you do anything interesting?
Well, at this point, obviously the rage has dissipated, so I'm gonna take that off.
Yeah.
He's just gonna kind of keep a watchful eye. He's gonna have his book open in front of him, and he's going to ritual cast detect magic over the first like 10 minutes, just to kind of help with the watch in case there is something that pops up or something that maybe didn't see before.
Sure. Yeah. You cast detect magic, and you start looking around. You don't see anything where you guys are. You don't see anything standing out or glowing until you look back at your comrades, and Jax is kind of lightly glowing all over, or the gear the gear that he took off and kind of put somewhere in next to him is slightly glowing, and you do notice that where is that chunk of ore?
It's in my backpack.
You see that from the backpack itself. You see like a purplish aura kind of emanating out, like a little tiny open area from the back.
I not like stealthily, I'm not trying to steal it, but I try to go get the stone, and if Jax wakes up, I'm just gonna take a look at it.
Yeah, you go there, you open up the bag, and this rock is glowing like a deep purple magical aura.
Do I get any school from it? particular?
I'm really bad at this because I know there's so many different schools of magic with D&D, right?
I
But
know. I hate that. I hate that question, and I hated myself for asking it as soon as I said it.
hold on.
But
You know,
it's there. So.
we will let's look up some spells real quick. Let's see now.
It says you learn at School of Magic, if any, so you can just say no.
Okay, so yeah, it doesn't have like necessarily a school of magic, but you get a hint of. All I'll say is you get a hint of anti something, whether it's whatever it's opposite to, but that's just kind of like the feeling that you get from it, right?
Like an abjuration-y ish, kind of, or not even.
What's the other one? Give me a sec here. Come on now. Nope, that's not what I want to see at all. Why don't you like me? 5e tools? Yes, everybody, I use 5e tools and I don't care. Evocation.
Oh, okay. Bloody magic. Could I do an Arcana check on it? I don't know if it'll give me any more information, but I kind of want to at least just look it over.
Yeah, you could try.
See if I can glean anything.
Being
I am trained in it,
of
but
your
no.
background, yeah, sure. That'd be something Frey would do.
14. Yeah, this is kind of his more of his wheelhouse from back in the day.
So you don't know exactly what this rock would do, right? But like with most ores, rocks, gems, whatever, if they are magical, usually they can be forged into something that can be used,
Right.
whether it be a weapon or like an infusion product for another magical item. But you have worked, not necessarily worked with, but like you've seen and researched other types of stones that when forged into weapons or armors or items, that's usually when the effect would become more apparent. But you think that this is probably similar in that vein, where if you turned it into a weapon, it would do something extra against something out there.
Okay. So maybe, okay.
But without like further deep research, you don't know exactly, testing and all that kind of stuff. You don't know exactly.
Well, right, yeah. I'm looking at it for 2 minutes while I'm...
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll me a perception check on your watch.
Okay. Absolutely. Perception. Oh.
You were just
I'm pretty engrossed in this stone.
I mean, yeah, you're like, this is cool. All right, nice. And that's just, yeah, you're just preoccupied, but nothing happens. Nothing comes and attacks you guys. Your night goes pretty uneventful, and now you're like, hey, I guess I should go back to meditate or something.
Yeah. Go. Are there 4 watches, or how many watches do you typically do?
There's only
like 2 hour kind of thing.
Everybody gets a watch, and because you're an elf, you don't really have to worry about it as much. So like, you could stay up for 4 hours and then just sleep the last 2, and you wake up Jackson the last 2. It works out for your party.
I was gonna say, if you are doing 4 watches, I could just take 2 of them generally.
It's one large watch for you. That's fine.
That's fair. All right, so then I'll go and wake Jax. Say, you're up. But I took a look at the stone. It's definitely got some magic to it. Probably some kind of evocation. I don't think it's anything raw. Do anything raw, but it seems like we could be used to make something.
Good to know. We always need stuff in the city for energy sources or for infusions.
I got pretty into it, so I don't think anything is out here, but I wasn't paying that much attention. Sorry.
You see him writing down what you just said in his notebook about the magic source and what school of magic it was, and then he says it still seems pretty quiet out here.
Seems all right, but all right. Well, I'm gonna get some more rest for a little bit. Should be morning soon, I think, though.
Sounds good.
Oh God. How do you get any sleep at all?
It's a miracle. I don't know. I start my
I don't even
watch.
think I'm gonna be able. I don't even think I'm gonna be able to meditate with this.
Lennox is my favorite.
Are you so? All right, Lennox, you in a separate tent?
You guys are just out. I don't
take
think you guys really
a
made
little-
tents, right? You're just like kind of laying out bedrolls since you don't really have to.
I thought it was just like
you
bedrolls,
don't have to deal with the
fire.
weather.
Oh,
Sure. Okay.
So I kind of before I go to bed, I just kind of pull her bedroll a little bit, not enough to wake her up, but just enough to get her to move
Let me a stealth check.
so that she kind of rolls over. Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to be stealthy, but that's fine.
It's just you try not to wake her. A stealth check. 10.
A
Good,
10.
Good enough as Lennox is.
I'm
out
not
cold.
trying not to wake her. I'm just
Yeah.
I'm not like blatantly shaking her out of her bedroll, but also she'll roll over.
She rolls over for a sec, and then the snoring stops. And you're like, oh, right, and then just like our sleepovers back in high school, where it's like you hit somebody with a pillow and they stop snoring, like oh, thank God, and then 2 seconds later start snoring again. I hate all of you.
So much trauma.
Anyway,
So much trauma.
Jax, would you like to do anything?
I'm
on
gonna
your watch?
quickly. No, I'm gonna
Oh, what?
mage hand and just pinch her nose a little bit until she stops snoring. See if that works.
It's all heavy.
You know what?
Heavy wet mouth
It's not
breathing
even
now.
a part of me.
I'll take the heavy mouth breathing over the snoring.
Okay.
So at least for a minute, the mage hand's just gonna kind of not suffocating you, but just keeping the snoring down a little bit.
Kind of mimics the sound.
God damn it!
Jax, what would you like to do on your?
I'm gonna try to
watch?
sleep.
I take out my shield and my hammer, and I'm like trying to buff off all the places where it was scratched up and destroyed
Mhm.
from the trap, from the skeletons. I'm like fiddling with my hammer, trying to make sure everything's looking good on it. I take out a couple of my tinkering tools. I'm like
Okay.
trying
Cool.
to like.
Very nice. Yeah, and then Lola keeps perimeter, and you just kind of
Yep.
you actually focus. So roll a perception check. Nothing really happens throughout your watch, and like you're starting to you're relaxing but at watch, and you're kind of tinkering, which kind of puts your mind at ease a little bit. But you do feel a couple more of those tremors here and there, just really faint and off in the distance still. But you just kind of just randomly happen throughout the night for each of you. And your watch goes after that pretty much uneventful. And you all start to sort of groggily sort of wake up. There's no real sun here. There's no daytime sort of wake you up. You're just like, I guess I feel rested. But now you're starting to think like, well, what time of day is it actually? Whatever. We all feel pretty good. You all get a full rest in.
Hey,
Yay.
And I think for now that's a great place to just call it for today. As now, next time, right? You guys want to try to explore more. The cave is what I'm gathering.
Yeah.
We'll continue down these well-worn walls. These
Worn
Worked
stone.
worn stone.
Worked
stone.
worn stone. This stone
This
both worked.
yeah.
and
Good
Guys,
luck,
it's fell off.
everybody. I hate my friends.
stone.
What are we at? 8?
It was at least I think it was like 9 or 10.
There were
dude.
so many before that, though. There were so many before, and I feel
There
like
were
it's
so many before
speed.
that, but we are technically at 9 now.
Oh my
God,
goodness.
Whatever.
Frey's got it. Frey's
Whatever. Oh
keeping,
no. Hold on. I think I just messed up everything by accident. Not in a bad way. Hold on. Sorry, everybody.
Everybody
I-
freeze.
No, I turned off Kenku, and when I turn off Kenku, it moves all of our pictures around. So now on the stream, we all look
Hey,
really crazy.
We're still
We're
here.
still there. Oh no,
still
looks
here.
looks
We're
like
still
poor
alive.
poor 4K is gone. There we go.
Oh,
And we're
It's always me.
back. Are we back? Are we back?
I feel back.
Feel back.
I feel like I'm back.
We are.
I feel
We
Got your
are.
back.
We are not
I
back.
feel
like I'm
right.
But that's okay.
But yeah,
Aw,
we will
bummer.
explore some
But
more
that's
of this.
Hey guys, technical difficulties, no big deal. But hey, thank you
Right at the end.
for joining us on our second episode of Arcane Architects. Hope you guys
Woohoo!
had fun. I hope you players had fun, and
Golf claps.
I guess until next time.
Golf claps.
Goodbye,
Oh yeah, we'll be
everybody.
here. We'll be
Good
here. Have a good
night.
one, y'all.